What is going on, everybody? We are here for season 6. We've got the drafts going down here, and we're happy to be back. Got the boys back in the booth as always, ready to go. I'm Rockerman, or some call me the fearless director, but I guess I'm just Rocker Man. But hey, it is what it is. We also got Squirrel down below me, then Psycho down even further, and Merely all the way at the bottom. What's going on? What's going on, guys? What's going on, Squirrel over there?
Dude, I'm just chilling. Didn't expect to be here tonight. Thought I was gonna have Dungeons and Dragons, but it got canceled. So fortunately, I was able to be here with the boys, and I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, definitely. You know what? I say it was good. You should have canceled it earlier. So that's what I say. But you know that's just me, I guess. So anyways, you also got Psychonautic back in the booth. Psycho, you're in the Novice League draft today. I'm sure you're ready to see where you're gonna end up.
Yeah, I have no idea whatsoever.
Yeah, no idea whatsoever. I'm
Something
sure.
tells me he might have an idea.
A little
He
bit, maybe.
he may have an idea, possibly. We'll see though. Um, and we also got Merely down at the bottom. Merely, welcome back to the booth. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I also was not supposed to be here, but I am. So I'm excited. Let's get this underway.
Yes, sir. Before we do get this underway, we gotta we gotta do. Hopefully, Krippus has this thing ready. We gotta do the recruitment raffle of the poll. Unfortunately, I don't have the spinny wheel behind me. I'm back home for the weekend, so I don't have. We can't use our glorious draft lottery ball. So we're gonna have to use a website here. He's kind of got it working there. He's struggling there. Don't worry. Well, Crippus will get it up for us in a second. But we got to do the recruitment raffle. If you guys didn't know, oh yeah, other sites like people still here in
I'm
chat
having
Yeah, Tycho,
problems
your
here.
your child is showing
I don't think it's my
on your
child, but
on
or
your right,
something.
on your
something.
right, Psycho, on the back.
My right, my right.
Okay, there you go. Crippus has saved us. He has pulled up the wheel. So you're. I know it's a little bit a little bit unorthodox here, but we do have the wheel going. We got to roll the recruitment raffle. You guys can see all the people that recruited people for the recruitment raffle this season. That means they put their name in the PRF. We got Caden, Bomb, Chrissy, two Rocker Bands, Drax, Ibonic, Mangoes, and Scripts all on the list. Remember, yeah, for the recruitment raffle, they had to put your name on the PRF. So a winner of this is gonna walk home with a cool $29. So
Ooh.
yeah, so very very cool. Why don't we roll that thing, Crippus? Let's see what we got. Give her a roll. I think we're gonna be delayed, so I'm not gonna see it exactly on. So let's just hope it's Rocker Man. Oh, it's Mangoes. Okay, Mangoes is taking it home. Congrats to Mangoes. $29 for Mangoes there. I know he was really on the recruitment grind, new GM, and he popped in with $29. So congrats to Mangoes. There we
We
go.
even we even rigged it and put your name on there twice, and we still couldn't win.
I know, I know. I know it's unfortunate. Yeah, yeah. For those who weren't aware, you got if every time you recruited someone, you got an extra name on the wheel there. So I recruited two people. Everyone else recruited one. So hey, better luck next time, I guess, to everyone. Congrats to Mangoes. We'll get you that. We'll get you that very soon. But why don't we go ahead and get things underway? What do you guys say?
I'm
I'm
ready.
Let's
ready.
do it.
All right, let's get things rolling here in the chat here, so you guys can see the draft order is on the board. People keep saying that it's wrong. I'm not sure if it is wrong. I trust Krippus that he got it right. So, but it doesn't hurt to double check. It doesn't hurt to double check.
I'm gonna get spam pinged by power rankings.
Yeah, you're gonna get spam pinged. But I mean, hey, I do know at least Spitfires are first, Ninjas are second. Yeah, I think Frost is actually supposed to be third. There was a trade there, so yeah, Frost is supposed to be third. They're Crippist. Um, and then Ninja's seven. So I think they just swap picks. But other than that, it's looking good. So he'll get that fixed for us. People were making some last minute trades. To be fair, they were making them yesterday before we got everything ready. But we do know the first pick. So why don't we get things underway? We can take a look kind of at the list here. There are a lot of people on the board. Um, and we're gonna start. Why don't we get people on and we can start talking a little bit about who we think is going first off the board. Maybe we'll start with Squirrel here. Squirrel, taking a look at there's a lot of people on the draftee list this season. Who do you think might be going number one overall here?
There's only two options personally, and I think those are Sky Newbie and Psycho, two people that have been around the scene for quite a while. Both of them really cool people. Both of them really good at Rocket League, and as you can see on the draft sheet, they're both in the top 16. So if one of those two doesn't go first round, go first overall. I'd be surprised if they made it past the first round.
Hmm, that's a good point. Psycho, you got thoughts on that? Squirrel's giving me some hype out here. It's saying he might go number one overall.
Hey, I'm not gonna be against the idea of going number one overall. I went number one in season four,
Ooh.
but that did not work out for me. So I'm gonna hope that I don't go first overall here, and maybe I'll have a better season.
Hey, maybe. Merely thoughts on number one
uh,
overall potential here?
Number one overall for the Spitfires. I could see it definitely being Psycho or Sky Newbie. Also, not completely unlikely that we get something out of left field, just one of the top MMRs. They do already have North. He is the GM there, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah, he
He
is.
of the
is.
Spitfires.
He
So
is
I'm sure he's got something up his sleeve. I won't be surprised if we see something a little bit unconventional.
Well, it looks like we got a couple people that may have been right here. Maybe one, maybe more. First overall pick is gonna be Sky Newbie, heading over to the Spitfires there. So Sky Newbie going to team with North here on the Spitfires. So congrats to Sky Newbie, number one overall there on this one. And yeah, shout out to Intense Threat coming back here. He's also top of the list, top MR, gifting out 3 subs, and also C Money 18 months. The man is ancient in Nemesis years on the resub there.
And yep, Squirrel and Squirrel called it pretty much. There it is.
He did.
He's too good.
I'm too good.
He is too good there. As the first pick goes to Sky Newbie, going to going on to that Spitfires roster, who were a contender last season, with with Spitfires, but they made a couple roster moves. Curious to see how that's gonna shake out for them this season. Anyone thoughts on that combination? Maybe Squirrel. What do you think about that combination of Sky Newbie and now North on that Spitfires roster?
I Any team with Sky Newbie on it is gonna do well. He's a great player, and I know North is also really good. Um, Maybe a little cheaper than what his MMR suggests, because I know he got very busy with life. So some unintentional sandbagging, as the people say, but it should be a power squad for sure.
Definitely so. And the next pick is off the board. And it's going to the ninjas here, number two overall. It's Psychonautic. Psycho going for the ninjas there. Congrats, Psycho.
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. I totally didn't see this coming. Oh my god.
You may have known before, potentially.
Maybe I
Maybe
might
You can
have
see
might
the
have been
shock on his
told
face.
something.
yeah. Psycho, what do you think? What do you think about going to the ninjas? Your glorious return back to Nemesis, and
Yeah.
you got MB Outcast on the team as well, and it looks like you're going to be the second one onto the roster there. What are you thinking about that team potentially for this upcoming season?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. Me and Outlaw have played a little bit together, not as much as I'm sure either one of us would have liked, but real life gets in the way sometimes. But I think we have some pretty good potential. I think if we can pick up a solid third player, that we're gonna have a good run at this season. I'm excited for this to be my returning season too. Ninjas, let's get it.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm
and a
curious to see Psycho back on the or on the pitch as well.
and a freshly rebranded org just for you.
Hmm,
Well,
true.
I don't know
Just
about
for
just for me,
Psycho.
but
No,
hey,
that's
hey,
why they
hey,
did it actually.
that's why. Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah, they heard your return was coming, and they're like, let's rebrand now.
let's
Uh,
go.
but yeah, the Speed Demon there taking over that org, now called the War Room, which I think is a pretty cool name for those teams on that one. So um,
Was
let's see.
also the name of a movie, which might be a problem, but we already have Space
Uh,
Jam, so it doesn't
they
matter.
they can't copyright that. They can't come
They
after
can't
us for
copyright us.
that. well,
We're
well,
too
maybe.
big.
Are we?
We have more power.
I mean, we
They're
haven't
bigger
got
than
busted
Warner
for fruit
Brothers.
ninjas, so
Yeah, bigger than the Warner Brothers. I wish, I wish that would be something there if that was the case. And looks like the next pick is in on the board. The defending champions have moved up and made a couple of picks here, and they have gone out. Dan, he's always making moves out here, especially for the novice league, and they're gonna go ahead and pick up Senatario off the board here for novice league as Frost looks to restart over with a new roster on this one. And yeah, they're picking Senatario there at number 3 merely.
And, you gotta expect that Dan already knows exactly who he wants. He wants Frost to go back to back. And they've actually, I didn't realize this, but looking at their roster, they don't have a single player returning. So Senatario will be the first player back on the Frost roster. Always gonna feel good to be picked by the previous champions, but whatever team's put together is gonna have a lot to live up to.
Yeah, definitely so. And you guys can see on your screen the next pick is off the board there, as it's gonna go to Ibonic, who's also going there to Frost on this one, as they had back-to-back picks on this one, so we're gonna have to get that one switched up there. But yeah, Ibonic and Senatario go into Frost there. So Psycho, potential competitors there in the defending champions, and they got 2 picks there, 3 and 4 back to back, looking to come back, go for back to back.
yeah. And honestly, all jokes aside, I got a lot of respect for that duo right there. I watched them play a little bit in some tryouts, and they definitely click. Centario and Ibonic, and they click not only on a personality level, but they also click on the pitch. So it's gonna be. I'm gonna have my work cut out for me against Frost this season for sure.
Yeah, it's always something going up against the defending champions. Novice is often a little bit different, but they're definitely looking to build something up there. But I did hear Squirrel. Sometimes it's not all about the draft, especially in novice league. As the next pick is off the board, are you Fluffy going to the Kiwis there off the board? But Squirrel, it's not always about who you get in the draft. It's about how you finish the season. Because I believe Frost, they had to make some roster moves to even get to where they were last season.
Yeah, they did. They because I know Sageburner has hopped around a lot, and uh, they ended up getting him towards the end of the season, but definitely some roster moves were made. But that is a scary duo. But let me just shout out the Kiwis pick. Are you Fluffy? He's one of those guys that he's either going to win you a championship or he's going to make you laugh trying. So he's a great guy. We love to have him, and I know him and Looney are going to be really well together on Kiwis.
Yeah, and I do know a little bit about RU Fluffy. Was on Genesis last season. At the end of the season, he came over to Genesis. Was a great guy to have on the roster. He wanted to team up with Looney Moon. That's what he's telling me. He said he wanted to team up with Looney Moon. Looney Moon had already resigned. I said, "Go on, fly, be free, buddy. Go play with your friend there." And now he's got his chance there. He said they could be a
Mhm.
championship contending team. I know Squirrel thinks so. Merely, do you think the Kiwis could be contending there with Looney? And then are you Fluffy now?
I definitely think it's a possibility. Like you said, they were in the Evolution org, which you also released me from last season.
I
And
didn't have a choice. You were sent away because you came back from non-playing. But
well, you know what? That's okay. Either way, released.
yeah,
But yeah, he seems like a great guy. I haven't really had the chance to watch him play yet, but if he already got the combination that he wanted, then I think there's a good chance the Kiwis could be a little bit of trouble, and they have enough cap space to pick up a solid third to help accentuate their already powerful apparent duo.
yeah, definitely. So could be looking for the Kiwis to make some moves on this next season, as the next pick is on the board. The Whelps were on the clock, and they were around last season. Didn't quite make the exact run that they wanted, but they've got AV Kronks who's returning, and now they're gonna go with Royale with Cheese 96, and that is in fact a name there. His bio says he loves car soccer, weed and guitars. That's about it. So
He doesn't love cheese though.
I don't
What's
know. I
what's
don't
with
know.
the cheese?
Is
I
that
don't
is that Psycho's alt?
know.
Dude, that would be perfect.
Uh, yeah. Well, yeah,
Especially since I do love a Royale with cheese.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to the Whelps. They're at 1166 off the board as they're going to pick up their second man on the roster. Still got quite a bit of room actually remaining in that roster. 2200 cap room remaining, enough room for about two 1100s. So
Mhm.
Whelps looking to make some moves now in the Western Conference and a little bit of a different shakeup here. Squirrel for this season now with Novice only having 12 teams, so now it's only top six to make the playoffs. So it's a little bit different and kind of could result in a couple of different strategies, knowing that you just got to be top six to make it into the playoffs this season.
Yeah, it could definitely change things because, if you had a slow start to the season last time, you still had a chance with the play-in tournament. But with only top six, you can't really afford to skip a beat. You have to start strong and you have to finish strong.
Definitely does make things a little bit more potentially more competitive. It depends on how you look at it. I think it's a good way to put it is that you definitely got to start fast and you can't fall back on the play-in
Mhm.
tournament anymore if you're not quite there. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see if the Whelps can potentially make a run in that Western Conference as the next pick is in, and it is going to be Mr. Moose here going to the Ninjas there. So, Psycho, there is your third. Was that the man you guys were looking for all along to get on the roster? I know you kind of said you had things lined up. Was he the man you were looking for?
Yeah, that actually is the guy that Speed informed me that he was looking to get. Me, Moose, and Outlaw all played a little bit together, as I mentioned earlier, and we all seem to click pretty well. So I'm interested to see how the season goes for us.
Definitely. Now you got the roster, and it's always good to get the good setup there. Yeah, it looks like Mr. Moose, Psychonautic, and MB Outcast with room for 1061 remaining on the Ninjas. So they've kind of got their roster pretty well lined up, and it's good to get a couple of those picks early on in the
Mhm.
first seven to kind of get that whole thing set up there, merely.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we're already seeing Ninjas already have the roster that they were looking for. A couple teams there. I'm looking at Genesis, Aurora. No players yet on their team, and actually, neither of those teams have a pick in the first round. Maybe looking to make some trades or other plays. I'm sure that Rockerman, always the trade master behind the scenes, probably working out something, or he just forgot about Genesis, which is also a possibility.
I did have the number one overall pick, and then I traded back I traded for two second round picks, and I also got the first round pick in prospect. So it was a move that had to be made. But I've
Mm.
got a plan. I got a plan. We can talk about my plan a little bit more later.
Yeah, the
I've always
hardest
got
choices.
I've always got some ideas. I always got some ideas there, and I'm sure the new GM Critter, who's taking over around Space Jam there, he also definitely has some ideas remaining. It looks like he's also in the same boat as me, as he has three second round picks as well. So me and Critter going for that same strategy, stack the second round, see what comes to us there. So hey, you know what? There's often different drafting strategies that do
Mhm.
do appear like that. Some people stack later rounds, like the middle round area, and some people just really try hard for those first couple picks. I know Psycho, you're not a GM, but you've been an AGM. Uh, any of those strategies stand out? Like if you were a GM, would you try to stack the first round, or would you try to go middle ground, or does it depend?
I guess it would depend really. I was AGM in season five over at Aeronautics with North, and I was a big part of the draft at that point, and that was the first time I had ever been in that situation of trying to like develop a strategy and stuff. And unfortunately for me and North, our strategy just got absolutely demolished. I think we had like at least five players that we lined up sniped from us. So I don't have a lot of good experience. I don't know what would be better. I would think that you'd want to get the early drafts to get the higher MMR players, but as we all know, MMR is just a number. It's just a sort of round figure to give you a basic idea, understanding of how a player plays.
Yeah, definitely so. And now we see Spitfires coming back here, waiting on their pick. North has taken his time there to select this pick, and he's picking Jorbage, who was on the 0-18 Wisps. Rest in peace. Um, I don't have to hear about how I was on the worst team in Nemesis history anymore. Sorry,
Yeah.
I had to throw that out there. I just don't want to hear it anymore. But Jorbage, he's back for another season. I respect him sticking around even despite that, and he's going to the Spitfires, who have been championship contenders last season. Squirrel.
Yeah. That's one way to turn it around, going from the bottom of the barrel to a solid contender. And I know Jorbage, you know, talking with Bagels, even though they were 0 and 18, they worked hard. They stuck with it. They were trying to get better, even when their season was over. So I expect him to be much improved coming from this offseason into this regular season, and he's definitely going to be hungry for a win. So that Spitfires team could start off pretty hot pretty quickly.
Yeah, definitely so, and I do respect him sticking around and going to a different team. Always good to see your options, and he's got Spitfires there, and we also now see acceleration on the board here as they're gonna go ahead and select Chops, who's been around in the league. He still has Aurora in his name from last season, but they're selecting him on that pick as merely these guys have acceleration. They have been a novice powerhouse before, and they're looking to see if they can, you know, retain that same energy and maybe pull another championship for that Momentum org now with a new GM Poseidon.
Yeah, acceleration has always kind of been a little bit of a menace in the novice league, even since I believe season 3 when they were introduced. Definitely a good team to get picked up by. I'm not sure if Chops. I'm not sure if he wanted to get picked up by Aurora or if maybe that's just left over from last season. But either way, I'll be looking at him. He was a solid player in the last season. Looking to see him make some moves. I haven't seen as much from Humdinger, but quite a bit of MMR left for them as well. I think they have a good chance to make the acceleration name scary once again.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what Poseidon's cooking up there. Goff stepping down as GM after last season. I heard he's trying to build a powerhouse Titan team or just experience the draft. But Poseidon, a great man to take it over there and hopefully lead the Momentum org well there and Chops going along with them. And next pick is off the board here. Kiwis are going to go ahead and select Mikey Ike, who actually, really, I'm going to throw it back to you because you recognize his name, don't you?
Oh yeah, I remember Mikey Ike. He was a phenomenal player. I believe that was actually season 4 that Genesis picked him up, and he almost turned around our season enough. Really gave us a chance to make it to the playoffs. Unfortunately, things didn't quite make it. We did make it to the playoffs, but couldn't quite make that championship run. But it's good to see his name in here. I think any team with him on it, honestly, if they can work well together, has a great chance of being one of the top tier teams.
Definitely so. And Squirrel, back to you here because you are part of that. You are part of that Fruit Ninjas org. You got Mikey Ike, you got Looney Moon, and you got Are You Fluffy? And that honestly, hey, they're picking up the Genesis leftovers, and they're trying to build a team over there. Just kidding, they're not leftovers, but two Genesis players, and looks like you guys got the roster. I'm
hmm
assuming you probably got the roster you guys wanted there.
Uh, yeah, I guess so. JD and I we were messaging each other and we are like, "Hey, what's the plan for Novice?" And I'm like, "Well, it's the same as every year. We just kind of guess and hope we get hope we get that one player that ends up peaking grand champion." So we'll see if Mikey Yaki, Looney Moon, or Fluffy or any of those guys that can pull that off. But we're excited for it, and ultimately, Novice League is just going to be a lot of fun with that group of guys.
Yeah, it definitely looks that way. And next pick is off the board as well.
hmm
To Ignite, who are making their first pick after making a great run last season towards the
hmm
championship, coming up so close, Psycho. And they're going to go ahead and they're going to select Ultimus Rule here as they look to see if they can bring it back here for the Firestorm org.
Yeah, and Ultimus Rule is funny enough, as somebody that I've been playing with the past couple of days. Me and him started talking in one of the org chats, and we just decided, hey, we're around the same rank, let's play together. And he's pretty mechanical for the novice league. I think he's going to do pretty well over there with Snail, but I'm interested to see who they've got lined up as their third because they could potentially put themselves in a bad spot if they get another person who's like overly aggressive or mechanical.
Squirrel, thoughts on that?
I mean, yeah, I agree, and they have a lot of cap room to work with. Like they could get a 1200 and a 1K. So depending on who they pick, it could be someone that is aggressive, but you know, you also don't want to leave too much salary on the board. So they're in a unique spot, but DP Snail, we saw him pop off in grand finals. I think it was game 6. So I'm excited for that team and just the pure pop off potential that they have.
Definitely so. And I got to say, we just concluded the first round, so the scene's going to transition in a second. So I just want to wrap this up before we switch over. But Frost is going ahead and they're selecting Astarte as their third pick there. So Senatario, Ibonic, and Astarte, 3 picks in the first round. You can see them at 3, 4, and 12 on your
Mhm.
screen. And they're looking to potentially make a run there. So congrats to Astarte. And we saw Ultimus Rule, who just got selected as well. Congrats to everyone who made it in the first round. And I just want to say, I know there's a couple people that are new to the stream. Remember, you guys can always sign up and participate in Nemesis. You guys can join anytime. I'm sure someone can go find the link, type exclamation point Discord, get in there, join the server, check out the sign up channel. You guys can still get involved. You can join anytime just because the draft's happening now. Doesn't mean you can't get picked up. You can come in, join as a free agent, and still get selected. So feel free to go check out the Discord and get involved there. And get in on the action because season 6 already is coming our way very soon, the next couple weeks here. So why don't we move things along to round number 2 here? We're going to put the Hounds on the clock. And I believe this is their first pick of the draft. Well, yeah, I think it is their first pick of the draft. I believe they might have traded back there as they picked up a new GM this season, Psycho, with Converge Matt coming in, taking over the reins as a new GM for Zabungi, who stepped down from the Tribe
Mhm.
GM.
Yeah, there was a lot of tension behind that move. There was a lot of, I guess you'd call it maldage. I seen, I was watching the Discord org for a little bit, just kind of like face palming, I guess you would say, feeling a little bit bad for Matt, but at the same time, like I've seen things happen like that before, where the orgs change and the players that are in there just start getting upset because things are changing, and I understand, but hopefully Matt's able to get a solid plan in place for his teams, get some good players, and make a good run at his first season as GM.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to see. Matt has been a good guy. We've seen him in the booth here. He's got his AGM helping out. He couldn't make it here tonight, but he's got his AGM helping out. And they're going to go with their first pick. They're going to select Old Snipsy, who we've seen around in Nemesis before. I believe he was on the Whelps there merely, and this time he's going to the Hounds to play with Matt this season to see if they can make something happen in the Novice League.
Yeah, it looks like it. And he was on the Whelps. I think you're correct with that roster that actually looked scary at the end of last season. Also, the second highest MMR pickup. So it looks like Matt wanting to take full advantage of the fact that he himself is relatively low in the novice league. And at 1,000, I think Matt actually is on the trend upwards because I don't think when he originally joined the Nemesis server he was even eligible to play yet. So might be looking at a bit of a sleeper team here, depending on the third pick is. I could be looking at these guys to kind of pop off when people don't expect them to.
Yeah, we'll be seeing their pick here in just a second as they have the third pick in this round. 4 rounds in this draft here for all leagues. There are 4 rounds to fill up the rosters with, and yeah, we'll see who the Hounds are going to go with. They're on the clock because Forza Blade has just gone to Diffusion, another a player who formerly was on Genesis, so I do know a bit about him, and a great player last season on the Spitfires, and he popped off. I know we saw him a little bit at the tryout Squirrel, and he was a good player in the novice league. Surprised to see him fall down to the second round here, but Diffusion, they might have a good pickup here.
It's very rare that someone that's been in the league before and pretty well known falls that far, but with so many talented and high MMR players in the novice league, someone had to fall this far, and it was going to be him. And even with that being said, there's still a lot of high MMR players left on the draft board that I'm surprised haven't been taken yet.
Yeah, there are quite a few up there, and I wish you would stop talking, Squirrel, because I do not want I would not like to see my players get sniped here, as I've got a couple picks coming up, and I have some ideas, and hopefully I can make them happen here, because I'm seeing some people that I'm really looking to snipe here if they fall to me after this Hounds pick. But yeah, there are still quite a few on top of the board, some higher MR players available. So we'll have to see what's going to happen here on this one as we're waiting on the Hounds to make a pick. The time is running down a little bit here as they're looking for their third pickup on the roster here. And we talked about them just a little bit there, as they've got old Snipsy at 12:10, and then Converge Matt at 10:03, and we'll have to see. We'll have to see what they can do. And Psycho, the Hounds last season, they weren't quite up there. They were down in the bottom three of the league. But it's always good to start a new Nemesis season and get a fresh start, if you will.
Yeah, and they're getting exactly that, a completely fresh start. No returning players from the season before. Converge Matt going to be on that team and being the GM. He's got, a huge stake in the race here. So I'm sure he's just scrambling or has been scrambling over the past couple of weeks to sort of figure out his game plan for the team that I'm not going to say he's going to focus on the most, but he kind of has to focus on the most just being a part of the team himself.
Yeah, definitely so. And yeah, the next pick is off the board there. They're going to go ahead and pick up Brindy the Blade, from the Novice League, and he's going to be heading as the third now for the Hounds. So they end up filling up their roster here, and I'm going to have to focus up here for a second because I've got three picks coming up here, as now Genesis is on the clock, and I probably need a calculator here to make sure I don't scuff up the MMRs. So you know what,
So,
just
Rockerman, I have a few questions for you that I need your complete focus to answer.
do you now?
What's 17 times 35?
17 times 35, too much.
Minus 24
Well,
Can I
divided by
595.
point 0.3.
can I just say that if that's him in his profile picture for Brittany the Blade, then that is an absolute swole patrol, like just walking around. Uh, he's been hitting the gym, looking to carry his team this season. As that's a nice little way to round out the Hounds roster, and they still have room for 1030. So that's going to be a powerhouse no matter which combination of players play.
Yeah, it seems like they went a little bit safe on the MMR. I'm not sure if they got the exact roster that they were looking for, but definitely, at least in terms of numbers, looks like a solid team.
Mhm.
I don't really know too much about Brindy the Blade. Was he a player last season? I can't recall the name.
That's a great question, and I'm not sure either.
I think he was.
Let's do some fact checking.
Oh.
I could check, but I'm very lazy.
Understandable. Well,
If
either way,
I think Brendy just came in. I thought I'd just seen him in support not too long ago.
I'll figure this out.
Okay.
oh, true. But
Yeah,
I mean,
Brandy,
no offense
Brandy.
to Brindy, but it's hard to match up against Forza. Forza is the goat.
Forza is a goat. That's true.
Guys, I'm
Let's
really
see here.
struggling here. I know I've got a couple picks, so that's why I'm taking my time on this first one to make sure get the right one on the first one here. I think I've got just under a minute remaining.
Rocker Man over here changing the script on everybody.
Wait, what? I didn't put it in. Oh, yeah, I'm typing.
Mm-mm-mm.
I'm gonna put it in the main channel here in a second.
This guy.
I'm debating between two people. Well, there's a lineup of three that I'm looking at. Crap, how much time do I have
Time's
left?
running out. Let's send this guy to the back.
All right, time's about to run out. All right, we're sending it. We're taking threat. Top of the board. We're going all the way up there. Nothing can stop us.
Ooh.
So,
Nothing can stop me. I'm
uh,
all the way up.
so there we go. We're going with threat to Genesis there. I told him if he fell to
Mhm.
me, I was gonna pick him. So I'll make my promise come true. You looked good,
Hey,
in the combine. So hey, I'm gonna take him. He's
he
coming home.
said he wanted the chips. I saw it in chat.
He did. I told him we're getting. I told him if
Yep.
who wants to get drafted on the team that's going to win the championship,
Mhm.
and he said he replied me. He said I told him if you don't go in the first round, I'm gonna pick you up. So here he
Mhm.
is. I'm picking him up.
Yeah, and Rockerman always keeps his promises. As
Dude,
I think he was the top MMR. So
He was.
um, definitely a good pickup. But Rockerman, when you pick up those top guys, it kind of squeezes your MMR for the rest of the roster.
I know. I was doing some calculations here to see what I'll be able to do. So we'll see what happens here. Threat, feel free to DM me some ideas. I've got a couple of other ideas. We'll have to see.
I'd
for
just like to
T.
point out where there's already going to be a fight for the T Griffin 925 as two teams. That's the only player that they can pick up in the Kiwis and Frost. So we'll see who gets Peter Griffin. Oh, T Griffin
Peter
first.
Griffin.
Peter Griffin.
Hey.
I'd love to see. There's often always a fight down there for the very low MMR guys. So,
Oh, it does look like the Kiwis have a pick first, so they'll get him.
ooh,
Mm.
that's tough.
Never mind. It won't be that interesting of a fight.
He gets to come to JD's org. Yay!
That would
Oh,
that would
in
be
that case, maybe he'll just leave Nemesis, knowing that that's his fate.
Uh, hey,
that
don't trash my GM like that.
Squirrel will not take it.
Just
Squirrel will
kidding. We'll
not
be
allow it
greedy.
here.
Well,
So
Uh,
does this mean that Frost doesn't have room for a sub? If they've
is
only
it
got 935 and the lowest is 925 T Griffin?
correct. So, but as the rules are written, as long as they have enough cap room for a tier minimum, they are fine.
Oh, okay.
So
all
as long
right?
as they don't use up all their free agents, then they're good.
Yeah, it looks like next pick is in as well here. As I've got, I'm still thinking of the plans for Genesis, but next pick is in, and it's going to go to Phi, who's going to Aurora, otherwise known as Build, who's been around in Nemesis for quite a few seasons. As now he's heading over to
Hmm.
Aurora on that roster with the new GM Critter merely looking to start something fresh for that Aurora roster.
Yeah, that's a good pickup there. I'm surprised actually it took him so long to get picked up. I think he has some of the best mechanics in the Novice League. I mean, every time I watch him play, it seems like he's pulling off some mechanics I don't really expect novices to be able to hit consistently. But that's definitely a good pickup. Looking at who else, is that actually Aurora's first pick?
Yes.
Oh, that is Aurora's first pick actually.
Wow.
So that's a good team to be able to build around, um, in my opinion. Thanks.
Wait, can they hear production, or did you just thinks nothing?
I don't know if
Oh,
they.
I probably just thanks nothing.
He thinks nothing.
It's
Thank him
okay.
for the voice in his head.
Just because they can't hear him doesn't mean he doesn't exist.
You know who?
I'm
You know
talking to
who?
the voice in my head, by the way.
You
Yeah.
know who I'm surprised is still on the draft board?
Who?
Starfire, because I would draft Starfire just in hopes that the person looks like Starfire from Teen Titans.
Gosh dang it. Well, you're probably gonna have to keep hoping. I would have
Probably.
to say.
You never know.
You do never know. You do.
Like we're losing, and then Starfire just breaks through their ceiling and hits them with like a little eye laser beam, and we win.
It's
Yeah,
kind of OP.
just a bit.
All right. Well, Genesis now is back on the clock after the Vandals are going to go ahead and select Kyubi. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. I think I am. Kyubi there go into the Vandals, who already have a pretty solid roster returning. They've got
Hmm.
Mallow in its time. I think this was Sandsbar's first pick for the Vandals as well, Psycho, as they're going to come pick up Kyubi for their team.
Yeah, I think it's their first pick too. I know that they're already rocking with Malo, I believe, who's returning from last season, and it's time, I think,
Yeah.
also returning from last season. So that's gonna pretty much round out their roster. And I wish I could say something about Kyubi, but I'm pretty sure he's new to the league, and I unfortunately haven't seen him play. So I'm interested to see it, considering that I'm gonna have to go up against it.
Well,
Is
Kyubi kind of sounds like it rhymes with Sky Newbie, so maybe we're gonna get like a Spider-Man Venom situation here.
mm,
Ooh,
Kyubi is
okay.
the dark side, or it could just be Sky Newbie alt. That seems more likely, but I like to think that it's Sky Newbie's alter form.
if one of them can't make it on the day they play, then we know.
Would Sky Newbies all be like ground veteran?
Yeah, it could be. Um, is Malo Rockerman? Is Malo the one that mauled it out of the league after they lost?
No, Mallow's a chill guy. That was
He's the
a
Yeah.
chill guy.
Yeah, he's real
Mal
chill.
is chill. He applied for league rep as well.
Oh, look at
He's gonna
him.
get it.
I hope
Easy
he
win
does.
for him.
Mallow.
Easy win.
He has to
Who-
team up with someone named Marsh though, or else his whole name is moot.
No.
No, you don't know where Malo's from? Come on, are you that
Where's
young?
Malo?
Am I the only old one here? He's
Maybe.
from Super Mario RPG
What?
Oh,
on the Super Nintendo. Come on, mans.
oh,
Yeesh, that's what
interesting.
his PRF is, or not PRF, his profile picture.
PFP.
Oh, wait.
PFP.
Oh goodness.
Hmm.
I'm working some moves here because I have some ideas that are coming along. They're coming along right here.
They're coming
Potentially.
along pretty slowly.
Basically, all I'm learning is Rockerman is an unprepared GM.
Very.
He,
No,
he
I have people listed down, but I'm trying to make sure I do not absolutely scuff the MMRs. So
he's
we're picking Flight Night at number 2 or with our second pick. So we've got Threat and Flight Night on the roster.
that's
Looking for some mega hard carry here
that's two
coming out.
high MMR players.
Yeah. Hey, they're doubting the strategy, but what they don't know is we want to make some moves out here. As I'm back on the clock again for the next pick, I won't take as long. I swear I won't take as long. Let's see, you just have to give me a second.
Oh my
This
goodness.
is why Rockerman asked. He was like, I don't want to know. I don't want to figure out who to draft. So I'm just gonna ask and pick up whoever says they want to be picked up.
That's what I'm saying. All right,
Hey, who wants to get picked up? Just DM Rockerman right now.
Yeah, anyone below 1066 MMR, hit me up.
First
We'll
one
start at-
only.
we'll- First one only. If you're below, you might
He
just
can
get
also
invited
easily
alive.
be bought if you have an Amazon Prime subscription.
Oh goodness.
Hey, that's how Crippist ended up on their team in season 4.
Hey dude,
We
how did
don't.
my time already go down to 2 minutes? What the?
That's how time
See, you
works.
got to pay attention. You'll lose that stuff real quick.
Oh
No,
goodness. All right. Well, Threat Flight Night. Feel free to message me if there's someone down there we can potentially scoop up. Cause
you've got 2 minutes to do it, or else.
yeah. Otherwise we get moved to the end of the round, which I did not want to happen. So I apologize for making this take a little bit longer. But hey, when you're building a God squad,
Hmm.
can I even find this guy in the Discord? I don't know how to find him.
Must not be a very God squad. Can't even find
This
the guy.
is not
Sheesh.
good.
Whenever I hear Flight Night, I think Meta Knight, and I'm like, I have flashbacks.
Oh no. What was
Back when
that
he was
brawl where he was just so OP?
super broken. Yeah. Did you play any Super Smash, Psycho?
Very, very little. I didn't play
What?
much. Sorry. I didn't really have a GameCube, so
Mm, yeah. GameCube, completely underrated console.
I
True.
definitely agree with that. I just
Oh.
I never owned one.
You
Super
know,
Mario Sunshine, Smash Bros,
mhm. My
the
favorite thing
Metroid
about the
series.
Wii, my favorite thing about the Wii was that you could plug a GameCube controller into it.
True.
Right, right.
Honestly, I just wish every controller was the GameCube controller.
Dude, it was like it it honestly fit the combination of a Xbox and a PS4 controller because it was bigger, but also like fit in your hand well. It was nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get clipped for that one.
Fit in your hand well.
Someone clip it.
Big and fits in your hand well.
All right,
Can't ask for anything more.
all right. I'm
True.
gonna.
The Wii was ahead of its time. Not gonna lie.
But,
Okay,
dude, that
I can't find this guy. I'm trying to select him, but I can't find his name, so that is not
Come
good.
on, Rocker Man.
uh,
All right, I think we're gonna go with this one. We're going with Dawn RL. They're at 998 for Genesis.
Dawn RL.
I told you I said I wouldn't take as much time, but I lied. So forgive me. This is what happens when you have to run the entire league and you don't have time to. Well.
Excuse.
So the guy that's been watching baseball all week.
Hey, my bad, my bad. The Brewers did lose, so rest in peace. But we're going
But
with
now you
Dawn
have more
RL.
time for Nemesis.
I think I've seen it. Hey, yeah, I'm back to suffering in my bio. So
Mhm.
don't Threat and Flight Night. Don't worry, we'll figure it out. I've got some ideas. I can say I have gotten a person request to join my team already from
Mm.
in the short time this draft has started. So that's all I'm saying. They might be able to fit under the MMR. So hey,
Do you know Dawn RL or did you just pick?
I have seen them around. So it pays to be active.
Hmm
in the Discord. So
Gods,
um,
yeah, I also agree. Snack is the best player in Novice, hands
Something just
down.
messed up.
yeah, I see what happened
Who
here.
did it?
Somebody
Who
messed
did
up.
it? And
There we
why
go.
was it Ruthie?
We're fixed. We're fixed. As the Kiwis are on the clock. Oh, and there you go, Merely. There is what exactly what you were talking about. As T Griffin has gone off the board.
There it is. He's gone.
He is gone, unfortunately.
Well, not yet. Okay, now he is.
Well, he's officially gone now.
Now
Mhm.
he's officially gone. Yep. Unlucky.
Well, hey, as long as you have room for the minimum MMR, you're good. So you're good in my book, I guess. So
Welcome to the Fruit Ninjas, Mr. T. Griffin.
there you go.
Mm-mm-mm.
Also, little Easter egg for everyone here and everyone watching. Fruit Ninja's gonna get all new logos this season.
Oh,
So
Ayo.
beyond, we already got the pineapples and the melons logos confirmed, and we'll be getting the other three in not too long. So be on the
oh,
lookout for those.
all right. There you go.
I've
New
seen the
logos.
Melons logo. I can confirm it is
Better than what we already have.
existing. No, it's actually really cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we'll have to see. That's very cool. Getting some new logos. Always good to see some rebranding there and get some cool new looks for all these
Mhm.
teams here. As yeah, T Griffin going to the Kiwis there. Still needs to be updated there, but then we also have the Hounds making their pick, and they're looking like they're going with a man named Sound Moose 950. Oh, Mouse. Sorry, not Moose. Trying to go too quickly here. As I There we go. Found him. There we go. Sound Mouse 950, otherwise known as Marco. There, go into the Hounds at pick number 22 overall.
See, this is
Does that
the
complete the
hard
Hounds
part
one?
about the draft is that when you get so far into it, I am not familiar with a lot of these people.
Yeah, there are a lot of new people here as you get farther down. So usually the newer people end up going a little bit later on the board. So yeah, no, not quite sure. I think I actually do know a little bit about this guy. Um, I know he was formerly in the Sloth org, formerly, not anymore, unfortunately. But well, not in Nemesis Sloth org, but anyways, anyways, he's going over to the Hounds there. Now Aurora's back on the clock here in round number 2, and we talked a little bit about them. As you know, they've got their roster there. Uh, only one on the roster, so they got 3 picks here,
Mhm.
merely, and
Oof.
2 to end off this round here. As they're looking to see what they can build with the rest of their roster.
Yeah, once again, Fi a great stone to build on top of, but I'm curious to see who they're going to pick up. At this point in the draft, like Squirrel said, I'm not as familiar with these people. I would just start picking based on the best names. The King Banana is up there for me, definitely.
Mhm.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, Fruit Ninjas
Um,
missed a shot with him.
you know who I do recognize though is Aqua's. I feel like he was a pretty good novice player last season. I
Mhm.
don't remember what team he was on, but I remember being impressed by performances of him. I'm surprised to see that he hasn't actually gone yet.
Isis Fragan and Kel Cardinal also merely
Yeah,
2 names that have been around for a little bit.
So
And
we're definitely
Zeverns.
seeing
Zeverns as
some
well.
interesting strategies. Oh, Zverns as well. Can't forget my boy Zverns. Where's he at?
he's at
Oh, he's at
1067.
1067. That's
Yeah.
a decent pickup range,
And
but there's not that many spots left at this point even.
my childhood crush Starfire uh,
Yeah.
being taken.
Yep, there goes
W-
Starfire there as they're going to be heading to Aurora, who we talked about. They've got back-to-back picks, so Starfire and Build are the 2 on the roster at the moment. They've got 2079 remaining, so looking to see what they can do for their next
mhm,
pick here, and we'll have to see. Still a lot of people on the board that we talked about that we've seen around. I know there's some active people that are on this list. I recognize LW Shag. I believe he definitely subbed for Genesis at one point. I think he won the Novice 1v1 tournament 2 seasons ago, maybe, or at least he was competing well in that one.
mhm.
And yeah, you guys talked about a couple of these other active people. There's a couple of new people as well on the board. Looks like Geo killed you at the top. Exo Sparks returning. I think this person just got added today. Cancun Season is on there. T-Segs01, who is Phantom in the Discord. I was contemplating picking him actually. It was a tough toss up there. He's definitely good, and there's a lot of other people on the list still up there up for grabs here. As now we're kind of moving into the later rounds of Novice League.
Yeah, and one thing about Starfire is I feel like Starfire really fits the Aurora theme, you know?
That's true.
That is true. There you go. It's all about the theme.
Maybe they
Remember?
took my advice and started picking based off of names.
If you remember last
If
season,
you did, you probably shouldn't listen to me. I'm not good at drafting.
yeah,
Although my
but
fantasy football team is doing decent.
good. If you remember last season, that's what Dan did at the start of Novice with
Oh yeah.
Frost. He just picked all the
Yep.
ice names,
Yep.
and then ended up trading most of those for a championship team. So maybe if you draft all the star names and you trade all of them away, you'll win a championship.
Well, we've got some progression there too. We've got Phi and then Star Fire. Can
Hmm.
you build upon that?
Ice
Phi,
frag.
Fire,
maybe.
Ice is Fragant,
Well,
perhaps.
we just got the final pick of the round, so I want to wrap it up real quickly.
Ooh,
As we move to round number 3. We do have Ice's Fraggin. Speak of the devil, he is going to Aurora there, uh, and that's going to be their picks. That's going to end round number 2, and it's going to move us right along into round number 3. So congrats to everyone that got selected there, and let's see how round 3 is going to turn out here, as the Vandals are now on the clock for their next pick, which I believe is their final pick of the draft.
And
Vandals.
shout out to Grav with the tier 1 sub.
Oh, there we go. Shout out Grav and also Blizzy's Glizzies for 1,000 bits as well.
Let's
Thank
go.
you.
Hey.
What a name. What a name right there. So thank you guys. Much love for the support. Appreciate it.
And looks like the Hounds actually only have a range of 5 players that they can pick up. Smuggy, Ben, Scoops, Curial, Serial. Oh, that's a banger of a name. And back uppy? He back up? Back up. Back I don't know exactly the theme of that name, but I don't recognize any of these guys, but at least they have a little bit of room to work with for who we assume will be their sub, but maybe they have something maybe one of these guys will turn out to be a sleeper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it looks like the pick is in, as they're going to select the King Banana X, who was newly added this season. I remember seeing him in the support channel, so they're going to go ahead and pick him up, put
I
him on
don't
the roster.
think they have the cap room for that. The Hounds?
Oh wait, uh,
Vandals.
it should be the It should be the Vandals there. I think someone may have
Wait.
put someone on the wrong team here.
The Vandals, yeah, the Vandals are full.
Yeah, I think someone put, or were they not supposed to have a pick here? I am not sure right now, as it looks like, yeah, it looks like their roster was already full. All right, we're gonna have to get some fact checks. Where are the behind the scenes mods? What are they doing over here?
Where'd this guy go? There was a different player on the Vandals, but they disappeared.
Yeah, they might have been an extra person on
Was there a player on the Vandals?
There was 4 already.
there. Oh boy, where is Sandsbar when you need him most?
Let's scroll back up a bit.
Oh, Sound Mouse.
Foul
Yes.
mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sound Mouse is supposed to be on the Hounds. So
Mm.
Ah,
figure that out. Sound Mouse is supposed to be on the Hounds mods if
yeah.
you're sitting along. There we go. Just trying to make
Mm.
sure we get all things in order here.
Yeah, I don't know who did it, but it was probably Ruth.
we'll blame Sandsbar for this one.
Yep.
I'll blame Sands. So yeah, we need to move Sound Mouse to the Hounds, and now King Banana needs to go to the Vandals. So
Yep.
do they have room to pick King Banana up? They do. Okay, so all is good. All is good. All is right.
And
Um,
I'm proud that no one has picked over MMR yet.
hey, you say that now.
Yeah.
Yes.
It
What is
happened like 5 times last season.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
I think
What is Sound Mouse's MMR? Because we're gonna have to check to see if the Hounds are gonna go over.
It was
yeah.
big C
Sound
dubs.
Mouse
That's who was doing the
disappeared
problem.
again.
Yes, Crippus, you can leave the order as it is. We're going to skip around a little bit at this point because teams are going to be full of rosters, so we'll let you guys know if they're full. So uh, we'll
There
be
he
moving on a little bit.
is.
There he is,
Get
Sound
it, get
Mouse
it,
with
to
2
get it.
cap room.
Two
All right, so
captain
the
remaining.
Hounds are good there. That is what we like to see. And the Ninjas are on the clock, and they have made their pick. And it looks like they're selecting Slatical with their pick.
Is that Rheodical Smurf?
I hope so.
Maybe it's with a CLE though, so not
Uh,
quite maybe.
I wonder how many of these people are like guys the Night Smurf, just hoping they don't get into Genesis. You'll know.
Get caught in
Yeah,
4K. All right, well, it's looking like it's Genesis time, huh? Oh,
it's
I gotta put
Genesis
myself
time.
on the clock. I can't be using my
Genesis
bias.
season.
It
Well,
is it is
that never
Genesis
stopped you
season.
before.
That's true. It did never stop me before, but let's see.
There's a total of 3 people you can get,
Hey, this will make my job easier,
and
huh?
one of them has the coolest name.
True.
That's who I was looking at right there. You know who I was looking at right there.
We all know.
Oh, we're going with Kyriel Cereal. I love that
Yep,
name. I love that name.
That's a
And
fantastic
I
name.
I can't afford to just not. So
yep,
um,
True.
there we go. Kyriel Cereal coming to Genesis.
yep.
Uh, and there we go.
I
Rocket
wonder.
Man. Oh, sorry, you go ahead, Merely.
Oh, I was just gonna say something ridiculous. You go ahead.
I was just gonna say, whenever people ask us how do you get drafted in Nemesis, we always say, be active, go to tryouts. We never tell them to have a cool name.
That's
True.
true. We should list that in the info section or the FA info section.
Yep.
Yeah, because sometimes people do just get picked up clear, just straight because their name, like last season in Novice, Bob
Happens
Woggle.
Bob
every
Woggle.
single season. Bob Wobble.
I
Woggle.
mean, that is
DP
a great
Snail.
Legend.
Bob Woggle.
come on.
What about Hot Wheels?
Yep.
Ooh,
Classic.
Oh,
Can't forget
hot! No,
about
I
Hot Wheels.
drafted Hot Wheels not because of his cool name, because he's the bomb.
He is
Okay,
the
fair
bomb.
enough. But he also had an awesome name.
True, true.
there we go. Well, yeah, that's gonna round out the Genesis roster there too. Is now we're moving on to the Whelps here, who have the sixth pick in this round. The Kiwis are already full, so they've got Mikey, Looney, RU Fluffy, and T Griffin. So they're already full. We're moving to the Whelps now, and then looks like the rest of the picks mostly should be full here. Our team's filling up their rosters, so
Hmm.
we'll have to see who the Whelps are going to go ahead and select onto their roster here, as they're still hunted for a couple of picks. They need two more to round things out. See money drafting for Biscuit tonight. He is typing in the chat looking to make his pick.
And actually, yeah, these 3 teams, Whelps, Acceleration, Diffusion, all have. Oh, and Ignite still have 2 picks left. There's still plenty of talent left on the draftees, though. Now that
Hmm.
I'm looking at more. Okay, Slatical shouldn't be on there anymore, but the other ones, there's quite a bit. I think I remember Sparks being a decent novice as well, and we have Grav. That's the same Grav, right?
Um,
Grav
Same.
J, or is that a different
That's
Grav?
No,
that's
it's a
Gray.
different grab. That's
It's
that's
Okay, it
great.
Gray.
is a
that's
different
his
Grav. Never
gray.
mind.
Yeah, yeah.
Did I say
That,
gray? Oh, I can't read. My
yeah.
bad.
Like Rockerman said earlier, reading comprehension.
Well,
Reading
for me, it's
comprehension.
just blindness.
Hey, that's all right.
For me, it's literacy.
Literacy. It happens. It happens sometimes. But next pick is off the board. It's T-Segs01 there, going to the Whelps there, otherwise known as Phantom, who's been active in the Discord. I say that's a really good pick there
Hmm.
to go ahead and take him off the board. So I like that selection there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anyone that you can get that's gonna be active is always gonna be nice to have, even if they may or may not be the greatest. But hey, at least they'll try because they're active.
Hey, that's all
Is
you need
that
sometimes. You need people to show up. So that's all that really matters.
that name like gives me AI vibes? Are we sure that isn't a bot trying to infiltrate Nemesis? Like, is that actually
We're
T-Segs.
not sure.
What? No, we're not too sure.
T-Segs
He
dash
seems
oh
he
one?
seems human enough, I guess.
We'll have to give him a captcha, then we'll know for sure. Just
True.
DM him one.
Good call. Good call.
It's one of those
And
bots that invaded our Kahoot.
oh yeah, our Kahoot did get raided. That was unfortunate there. Uh, as Aurora, they're on the clock and they're going to select Ben. And I like this pick because Ben, he's been supporting Nemesis for a long time. He's been around since probably near season one, if I recall correctly. Um, and he's back here in the Novice League, and he's going to Aurora as their pick at pick number 31. I believe
Oof.
that might be their last pick of the draft.
Yes,
It
and
is, yeah.
actually they ended with 0 cap room, so a perfect
Hey,
A
show
perfect
of
draft.
numbers.
That's efficiency right there.
Proper planning.
There
We
we
at
go.
least know Aurora can do math, so
Hmm
I
looking good
respect
for him.
I respect that.
good job, Critter.
It's always good to have people that can do math. So
He's already doing better than the last GM.
is he? I don't
Oh,
always golf like that.
we're,
Toxic.
he did
Goff's gonna be in your DM soon. He's gonna be like, "What the hell's wrong with you?"
for
No.
Aurora. No.
Oh, for Aurora. Sorry, I was looking at acceleration. Who was making picks? Okay, you might be. Who is the GM? Now I'm blanking.
Oops.
Maybe you're right.
It was what was it? Was last season was
Oh,
the
double stuff. There you go.
Hmm.
That was the GM.
yes
Okay.
double
So
yeah. Saki, that's who I was trying
yeah,
to remember.
I just wanted to roast Goff a little bit. Okay, so
Sometimes you have to.
I had to throw it out there. I love you, Goff. He's very confused about what's going on, but that's all right. we
Uh,
we expect that. Is next pick goes off the board too. While we were talking acceleration, they are going to select Geo Killju, who is already at the top of the board, and that's one way to get an aggressive player, to say the least, or so it seems, according to his name onto your roster there merely.
Sorry, I was in the middle of sneezing and then my eyes
Oh,
got really watery and I kind of zoned out for a second. Who got
that's
picked up? Okay, let's
okay.
see.
Geo
Geo
Killju.
Geo
killed
killed
you.
you by
I
acceleration.
I was saying he's aggressive, very aggressive player.
Yeah, that is a
With that
very
name.
aggressive name. I mean, like, going into the match against him, I would just be like, hey, man, like, you okay? It's okay. This can just be a friendly match because I would feel like I would be scared he would show up to my house if we beat them. Um,
I I would just type in like in game chat demo equals bad, and then he couldn't. You know.
yeah, that's true. That's the perfect counter to that. But oh yeah, they actually still have one more pick, but that's a nice looking roster so far
Mhm.
with Chops, Humdinger, and Geo. Haven't seen him play yet. But once again, sounds like an aggressive name. If he doesn't just demo the entire game, I'll be mildly disappointed and surprised.
All right, I might need some mods assistance to make sure this guy's still in the Discord because I cannot find Scoops IG, who was the acceleration selection. Cannot find him. We need some mod hunting down. This is why you have to have your name um, as your Discord nickname, so we can find you and tag you
Scoops.
in in the Discord. But yeah, let's make sure that this man is still alive. Maybe I can get some mod help here to figure out where Scoops is on here.
His Discord username is Apple Pie.
Is it okay?
Yeah,
Thank you.
Wow.
I'm
Apple
still the
pie.
best mod, even though I'm not a mod.
I cannot find apple pie. I found
Never
Applebee's.
mind.
Apple Pie doesn't even have the Novice League
Um,
draftee role.
Nope.
hold up a
I
second. This
need
can't be current.
more assistance. We need more assistance. We need to. Can we find Scoops IG? First person to
Apple
find
Pie,
Scoops
bring it to
IG
us.
wins nothing. They win nothing at all. But
Mm,
They win pride.
they win pride. You can type in
Let's
the
see.
Twitch chat. I have the Twitch chat pulled up. So
I've got the PRFs pulled up.
oh, Speed Demon is saying that they are no longer in the Discord.
Oop.
So
F.
we're gonna have to try again. We're gonna have to try again. Who is that? Poseidon.
Acceleration.
Yeah, acceleration.
Yeah.
Poseidon, the GM there. Oinko. We're gonna have to try again here. Scoops is gone. If someone could remove him off the sheets. Rest in peace, Scoops. Another one has fallen, but we'll
Doo doo
see.
doo.
We'll see what acceleration is gonna do. I think they must be low on room. They've got 1,002 remaining, so it looks like they're gonna have to go for this backup guy, who's the last one remaining that they can actually pick up on the list. So
Backup
there we go.
P.
I might as well just go type it out for him and hope I can find this person because they have one choice. So hopefully this guy is in the Discord. They are. I'm just gonna go ahead and make the executive decision because they're gonna have to draft someone. So there you
Well,
go.
dang.
Well, there you go. They're gonna have to draft someone. They've got one option. So there you go. Backup. Congratulations. You were the only choice, but maybe you're the best choice. I don't know. We'll have, we'll have, we'll have to find out.
I hope he just drives in reverse the entire game.
Yeah. That would be something. That would be something. I'd love to see that. Um, I don't know how long. I don't know how long you could last. Even if you are a novice, I don't know how long you could last driving only in reverse.
Maybe
Probably be surprised.
yeah, I was gonna say I think
Yeah,
you could actually get away with it if you were a backup main.
yeah.
Who
Only
needs
play
boost
only
anyways?
play in reverse.
on
Yeah, no
on the
boost. Yeah, there's no
Batmobile.
the Batmobile.
Yeah,
There you go.
not the wide one like the Michael Keaton one.
Okay, that's
Mm,
that's that's toxic C money, as he's trying to tell me he's adding the only person he can select who is focused runner, who I was actually trying to find earlier. So we need another mod check, as I cannot find
I'll
him
check.
either. Mod check. We needed the mod check to help find focused runner, who is the last person available that the whelps can select. With their room, they have 1056 remaining, so a bit of room there to select someone. So we'll see if the mods can find focused runner, as I am unable to. But looking at their roster, though, what do we think about this roster here? Psychonautic. They got Royal with cheese, or I guess it's Royale with cheese.
It
96
is.
T Segs 01 and AB Kronks on their roster for the Whelps. So what do you think? What do you think about that roster so far? As they're trying to get a fourth here in a second.
Well, I have very mixed feelings. One because I love a Royale with cheese, so on that I would take that man on my team any day just because of the name and the implications. And but then you've got T-Segs01, which we don't know is a human, or maybe we haven't sent out the capture yet, so that worries me a little bit. But rounding it off with AV Kronks, who hasn't had the best of luck here in Nemesis so far, but he has been around for a while and he's made a pretty good name for himself. Personally, I think that he's a solid player to have on any roster. So I think that they have potential with this roster, assuming T-Segs is a human.
That's true. I've seen him moving around, so I mean, maybe he was a bot. I do not know. But it looks like another person has left the Discord server. Rest in peace, Focus Runner. Mods take him off. So unfortunately, the Whelps only have 3 at the moment, but they have room. So sorry, C Money, but Focus Runner is gone. Make sure to recruit lower novices. If you guys know people that are diamond, it looks like a lot of teams are in need, so it's almost a instant pickup, instant start. So if you get your friends in here, if you know any novices, what is the rank? Diamond 2 to probably Champ 2 now. It's 915 MMR all the way up to 1215 MMR, 1214
I think
MMR.
that's right.
Close,
Oh,
close, close,
12,
close.
14.
12, 14, 15, basically the same. If you guys know anyone around the MMR, make sure to get them in the league. They can pretty much almost get guaranteed onto a team that way. So we'll see what we can do there as the next pick is coming through for Ignite, runners up from last season. And it looks like they are going to go ahead and select Smoke Flicks
Mm,
with their pick. Interesting name as they're trying to, I believe, round out. Oh, actually, they're almost rounding out their roster. They have one more pick after this, but the defending champions with DP Snail, Ultimus Rule, and now they're going with Smoke Flicks at 1122. So, merely thoughts on that? Thoughts on that roster there as they make their second to last pick.
so far, a pretty solid team. I know Ultimus for 1084 is a pretty good pickup. DP Snail, we've seen sometimes the man just goes absolutely insane. I don't remember which series it was, but I might have been casting it if I wasn't casting, I know I was at least watching it, and he was just going crazy. So if we can
Hmm.
see peak DP Snail again, I think any other team should be fearful. I'm not sure about the Smoke Flicks guy, but at 1122, pretty solid pickup, and they still have plenty of space to pick up another 1079. That's going to give them more options than pretty much anyone else here, other than Diffusion for the remaining picks.
And
Yeah.
I have a question. So did Whelps just like lose their pick? Like what happened there?
Well, so they're not going to be able to select anyone. So I think I must have not
Yeah.
explained it. There is no room for them to select anyone on the board. So
Gotcha.
unfortunately, they are going to have to wait and hope that a free agent comes. Which is why I was trying to say, get your
Yeah.
people in here. Same thing with now Frost. They were hoping for that 935. So they still have
Okay.
room for a bare minimum. So that's actually going to wrap up round 3 there. We're going to move on to the final round where there's only 3 picks remaining in the draft actually. So we're moving on to the last round where Diffusion is on the clock first, and they've got a bit of cap room to work with here, as
There's
they've got
only 2 picks
21,
remaining.
21, 25. There might only be 2 picks remaining.
Can
My
Really?
we
math is correct.
can we
Uh,
deny that one from KN because of the format?
oh, oh yeah, Spitfires cannot pick either. So yeah, only 2 picks remain: Diffusion and Ignite. It looks like as Diffusion. We're moving on to the 4th and final round here. As Diffusion, they're gonna select Pug with their pick.
No. We deny that because of the format, Rocket Man.
Squirrel mauled, squirrel mauled.
Squirrel one.
Uh,
I do want to say though, Smoke in the Firestorm org, it just makes sense.
True.
It's true.
I agree, because where there's smoke, there's fire. So we all know
Yep.
that. And only you can help prevent forest fires.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that's true.
Thank you, Smokey.
No problem. No problem. I'm honored you would call me that.
Yep.
Oh man.
Honestly, Smokey was my hero growing up.
He was a great one. He was a great one. Way better than Scruff McGruff the Crying Dog. What a joke.
What a joke. Honestly.
There you go. Well, we are skipping over the Spitfires here, who we're gonna have a pick. There was only a couple picks left in this round. I know it looks like there's a lot more, but all those rosters are full except for Ignite. Well, I guess and Spitfires as well with these picks in this final round here. So Ignite, they've got the last pick of the draft on this one, and they've got 1079 remaining on the board. They've got 1 pick. They can go for anywhere from looks like Kel Cardinal, Aquas, Grey J, and Z Verns. I gotta shout out Z Verns. I love the guy. He's a great player too, and
I'm rooting for
he's still
Zeverns for the last pick.
he's still on the board. What will Ignite do? Looks like the pick is in, and they are going with Kel Cardinal going to the top. So rip Z Verns.
Should
That
have
is
gone
sad.
Zeverns.
Could have
But
gone
Kel
Z Verns.
Cardinal, also a good choice.
There
Not
you
as good as
go.
Oh, dude,
Zeverns, but
that's some high MRs left.
Yeah, there are quite a bit of high MMR players still on the board. That is how it happens sometimes. Sometimes people get the very highest and the very lowest, and those middle guys sometimes can uh, get stuck there a little bit. But yeah, that actually is going to conclude the Novice League draft for season 6. So congratulations to everyone that got drafted. If you did not get drafted, do not fear. There will definitely be chances. I'm sure all the guys below me can attest. There always is a need for free agents in Nemesis, and I can guarantee you, before opening day, there will be a couple of them that get picked up. I can almost
Mm-hmm.
guarantee it. They're
especially a
all
novice league.
Absolutely.
especially in novice leagues. So if you didn't get picked up, don't be discouraged. You'll definitely have a good shot to get on a roster. Just stick around, make sure you're active. That's how people are going to know who they can pick up. If you're active in the chats, talking around, saying, "Hey, if you need me, I can play for you." I know there's a lot of guys here who were pretty active. So if there's a chance, um, you know, let them know. And yeah, congratulations to everyone though that did get selected in the novice league draft. We're gonna be heading to the prospect draft in just a couple minutes. We're gonna take a short break so we can gather ourselves and prepare for the next one. So stick around. We're going to be back in a couple minutes for the Prospect League draft.
Oh,
Make sure you stick around and follow the channel. And yeah,
hey, one thing real quick before we go.
yes.
Shout out to North for the Prime resubscription with his Prime 5 months, and he said thought it was only you can start Forest Fires. Whoops, that's not very Canadian of you, North.
Not quite, not quite. But yeah, thank you, North. Always love our boy North, tournament events lead. Thank you for the resub. But yeah, we'll be right back in a little bit. So just stick around as we're going to be heading to the Prospect League draft in just a few minutes. See you guys in a few.
Running around like dollars in the wind, bending over backwards just to let you in. I told you that one day ain't never enough. You tell me I hate you, I still call you up. If we don't got trust, we can never have love. I was putting in the hours, I was. But you were calling me a liar, 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 liar. Yeah, I've been putting in the hours, I was. And it's coming down to now and now and now and now and never. I was putting in the I'm sick of fighting the things that you said. I don't wanna burn all our bridges ahead. I'm tired of going to bed when you left me on red just to turn up the noise in my head. I told you that one day ain't never enough. You tell me I hate you, I still call you up. If we don't got trust,
Left me in this mess, I'm falling. Heaven knows. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. We couldn't get any closer. We couldn't get any closer. We couldn't get any closer.
All right. What is going on, everybody? We are back now for the Prospect League draft. I know everyone's excited, ready to get things going here for this one. We're back to 16 teams in each round. We'll try to be a little bit quicker this time. Uh, I'll try to make promises, but who knows if I'll be able to keep them. But we're back in the booth. We got Squirrel, Psycho, who are here with us, and now we also got C Money joining us from down below, filling in for Mary, who had something come up. So C Money, always there, always ready to fill in. What's up, C Money?
Oh, just chilling in the production cam zone, but not producing today. It feels good.
There
First
you
time I get to focus on my commentating in a long
go.
time.
That is what we like to see. Always good to get C Money back in the booth here. As we're heading to the Prospect League, so Kripa's got to switch that source to the Prospect League. As we're heading to the Prospect League, where Origin is on the clock first, and I can promise to everybody that I actually know my picks this time, and I know who I'm going to pick for the first overall pick. I've been waiting for this moment. I traded into this league to get to this point. So I'm ready to I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get my pick going right
Is
here.
it B more?
It is not Beamar.
Dang it! I did so well in the novice, but
Lightning 3D. I'm
uh,
feeling a roadie.
Rhodey,
ooh,
we're not.
Ooh,
We're not selecting Rhodey. We're going with three. We're not
dude,
3D. We have 3D. We're going with JT.
that was my
JT
second
3D of
guess.
Lightning.
JT.
JT is coming to Origin there. I have something. I have some moves lined up here in Prospect League. I'm loving JT on the first pick there. He's coming to Origin. Him and Lightning are going to be a great duo. So and
Yeah.
we have a great third. I'm hoping we can get him at 10. We're
I hope he's
hoping.
sniped. I hope he's sniped. Is it
I hope
number
he's
10?
not.
Game
I hope
captain?
I hope he's not sniped. That would be unfortunate.
Can't
But
wait to snipe him. It's gonna be
What
my
what
only goal.
what's his name?
Got 1340 left.
now they're just gonna be looking
Let's
for
see.
looking for the guy that I'm gonna pick up. But best of luck
All
with
right,
that, as
it's Eggster and down.
Dude,
he's
he's bringing Parallax back.
you can keep
Oh, that would
It
be the move.
it could be Louis, could be Dukes, who hadn't been around for a little bit.
yeah.
Parallax is cracked.
Now I've started a I started a trend. They're gonna find my guy and out him.
Dude, it's the big brain play. You drop in draft. It's magic pepperoni.
No, it's Ladux.
Drop and draft there.
Duh.
We'll see what we can do here. As Ember's actually on the clock here, they're going ahead and they are selecting the man that you were talking about, Squirrel. Big
Hey,
old
dude. Oh my!
B-Bar.
If I would have just vocalized it, I was literally like, Drockerman, you're either taking JT or Bmar or JT, because I just had a feeling they were gonna be top two.
Oh, well, there we go. Beamar is off the board, second on the list, and he is going to Ember, who ended up making a good run all the way to the grand finals last season,
Hmm.
as they made it all the way there. And yeah, they're gonna go ahead and pick him up there. Psycho, I know you used to be a while back in the Firestorm org on Ignite, but Ember there, they're making a move as now they have Beamar, Frosty, and Orbital Games. So a couple people returning and now adding Beamar gives them a good roster there.
Yeah, I think so. I think Bmar is definitely a solid pick right there. He's a solid player. He's been with the league for a little bit now. Has made a little bit of waves in the public eye, and I think he's pretty sure he's popped off once or twice on stream. But um, it's I'm interested to see how they move forward with Bmar. Who else do they have on their team? I'm looking at the Ember. Is that the first one? No. Okay, so they've got Orbital Games and Frosty. Yeah. I think that's a solid pick. Orbital Games also another one of those players that made some waves last season. Did some pretty big gamer moves, if you will, on stream. So Ember looking pretty solid in my opinion right now.
Yeah, definitely so, and that's always good to see the runners up from last season, hoping to see if they can get themselves over the edge there with Beamar, and also next off of the board there is Sweeney for the Bandits. And before we talk about Sweeney, we got Cowtarded coming back for 11 months. He's doing an advertising, and you know what? I respect it. I will read it out for him. He says he's a prospect free agent, 1239, cheap and good, can move the ball to the net. So
Wait, so I get free advertising if I donate or something?
Of
yeah,
course.
you could type a message there. You said year and a half, baby, all caps. So that
Free
was your message.
free if I donate. Yes, I like it.
Free if you donate. You're on to something there. And Sweeney goes off the board. Apparently, a sloth uh, in Sandsbar saying his IGL team went undefeated, so they're going to Sweeney there for the Bandits, who had one of the craziest games in Nemesis last season. Psycho, I'm sure you remember that game 7 where they almost pulled the upset as the A seed.
Was Sweeney in that one?
No, Sweeney was not in that one. I was just referencing the Bandits themselves.
Yeah, that was a crazy match and crazy upsetting for them too to take it that far and then have to take that L. But I'm sure the Sloth organization was something that I was very, very weary about when it first came in. But after a season seeing them here, like they've kind of grown on me. I kind of want to root for them in this upcoming season, to be honest.
Well, see, you want to know something crazy about the Sloth organization? They wouldn't
Yeah.
be here if it wasn't for me.
Oh
I picked up
snap!
Sands, and Sands thought about leaving if he didn't get picked up by the end of the season out of free agency.
Oh
We
wow!
talked about it.
Really?
Yeah,
Well,
I picked him
I'm
up. He was
I'm
first
glad
a Wyvern.
I'm also
Wow!
trying to I'm also mods. I'm trying to find breaded chicken, who apparently is the Banshee's selection here, but I cannot find them. So can we get a
Hmm.
check on breaded chicken? Where is
I
breaded?
actually have some in the oven right now. If we need
Oh,
some.
I have some Chick-fil-A downstairs waiting for me after this. So
Bro,
we're
eat it
just
on stream.
I will not eat it
Oh,
on stream. Uh, what?
mukbang. That's a name right there. Holy!
See if we can find it.
Our nation.
Is it actually just bread there? I was looking at bread, but I didn't want to start tagging some people
No,
randomly.
it's breaded chicken 99.
Let's see if I can get this. That is not the right bread. We need some assistance. Oh,
Our
they said he's gone. All right, then we're gonna have to try again. Rest in peace. We're gonna have to
rest
try
in
again.
peace. Yep.
All right, Benji, we're gonna have to try this one again.
Yep.
Gosh dang it.
Unfortunate. That's what happens sometimes.
Dude,
Sometimes
it's very
it's weird.
unfortunate, especially when the only person you want leaves 4 days ago because he's the only person you can get.
I don't know who C Dub is unless he's talking about big C Dubs.
Big C Dubs.
Is Big C Dubs on the list here?
Yeah, he's on the list.
He was a pretty cracked out novice player last season.
He was.
He
I think
was.
he'd be a cracked out prospect player as well.
All right, there we go. Yeah, Psycho. He's going off the board to the Banshees there with their first pick.
Yeah, I
Yep.
think that's a good move on old Baggles' part right there. To be honest.
Flying high, Vanos,
Now I know
some big C dubs.
Big C Dubs kind of snipes some people's picks. You know, a lot of people looking
Oh,
at him.
were they?
I
Yeah.
mean, he did make a name for himself in one season, so
He did a big
it'll be
name.
interesting to see if he can handle the 8-time prospect player. None other than me.
See money? Yeah. The reigning man. He's still there. There are quite a few people that are still hanging around in the novice league. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes you get stuck a little bit. I know Jaegers was praying that he was gonna get out of prospect league, and he did on the last
I
day of the
was too, and I was 30 MMR short,
Mm.
Hey,
or
JD got
whatever
out.
it
How does
was.
that make you feel?
JD did get out.
How does it make me feel? I've been in prospect longer than novice has been a thing.
Hmm,
True.
that is true. I respect that.
Yeah, plus C Money didn't go down to novice from prospect like me and stuck there. So I mean, I exist, so
Yeah,
C
I
Money
should have
can't
been
feel
a
bad.
challenger, dude. At one point in my career, just one. Couldn't
Psycho,
wait a season to go to novice leagues.
Psycho, you had a kid, all right, or you have a kid. That's plenty
Got one.
reason not to progress in MMR. All right.
That's what everybody says, but you know, I don't feel like it's a good excuse personally.
Like, look at Sans. Sans has kids, and he's not getting any better
And
either.
he's challenger though, so you know that's
His
like
team
Sorry
two
went.
though.
bars above
His
me.
his team almost didn't win a game.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
Yeah, they almost didn't, but they ended up winning. What was it? They went 2-16, I think.
It was bad.
God bless.
It was bad. It was bad, but he won. It,
Yeah,
you
he
know,
did in fact win.
hey,
Uh,
at least he doesn't have the worst manager season ever. So if we want to
True.
go that far, unfortunate there. And shout out Cowtarded who's gifted a sub to Flux Capacitor. Thank you, Cowtarded. Much love there. As the next pick is off the board, and it is Vicious Oreo. And now that is a name if I ever seen one. Vicious Oreo.
that's just like, what are those? What's that word? An oxymoron? Yeah.
Yeah, and like if you read his like Discord thing, he's not a bad guy. It literally says, "If you're reading this, you've got this. I know you do. Believe in yourself always, especially in the worst of times." Like
Amen.
that's
All
not
right.
vicious at all.
Amen.
Very Oreo-esque, you know?
Very Oreo-esque.
You just eat an Oreo and you're automatically like, yo, I got this.
Yeah.
Hey, I
I got
respect
this
that.
12-hour anime binge, baby.
Hey, dude, I like that pick. I respect that. I respect that there.
None of the milks are in Prospect or outside. You have to pick one of them up because you can't have Oreos without milk.
Yeah, but I would try to pick up all the milks. I just
Yeah,
need at least my team to be at least 2% milk, you know?
yeah. Run that All-Star game back from 2 seasons
2%
ago.
milk? I don't know. You gotta go 1% milk if you ask me.
What? Whole milk or 2% only?
Ooh,
Anything less than that tastes like watered flavored milk.
I
Well,
don't
it
know.
is. It's
Uh,
water with mixed with 1% milk.
Is
Duh.
is that how that works?
No,
I was just saying, I don't know if that's how
not
that
at all.
works.
If you
It's the
say it,
other way around. It's
if you
milk mixed with 1% water.
if you say it confidently, they'll believe you.
Yeah, that's how you can get away with anything. Just say it
Mhm.
confidently, and
And
they'll have no choice but to believe you.
and speaking of confidence, Flurry selecting the video editor himself,
Ooh,
Glaze.
there we go.
Shout out to him, popping off during the grand finals and that with all those videos, especially for the awards show.
Yeah, definitely. Love Glaze. Good to see him get a team there, and he's heading over to the Sub Zero org as they're gonna make their pick there with Glaze, and then Velocity. They're coming back as well with Vensel, and his status is using Pencil. So I don't know how I feel about that, but hey, there we go.
I
I,
can't wait for you guys to read my status at some point.
I don't know if we are gonna read your status at some point unless you're selected.
Well, C Money's going into the draft, people.
Right now.
yeah,
He's heading
yeah.
to the draft.
Biscuit might like quit.
No, he would definitely
he's
quit.
he's not in a great spot.
On the draft day, one of his only players left just goes, you know what? Now I want to be drafted.
He's
And
at
he's
a
not even here. I'm drafting for him.
yeah.
Ooh, that's a
Rain.
pickup.
Yep,
Yeah.
and there we go. The
Okay.
next pick that is QX Rain actually. If people remember him,
Yeah.
I believe so. It is. I believe it is QX Rain there. But
Where's his
actually,
brother slash
Fire.
partner in crime,
QX
Fire?
Fire.
Fire.
I don't know where QX Fire went, but QX Rain is here in the server. He's going to the Warhawks here, who are looking to make a run there. The eighth pick there, just around that play-in tournament, fighting for that play-in tournament last season.
Hmm.
So they're making their pick. Um, yeah, and you can kind of see we don't have a current pick indicator, but you can kind of see the names getting changed. The team names we're at 8 right now. Um, Melons are now on the clock, at number 9, and they actually already have made their pick. They're selecting Usnavi with that pick. I saw him saying in the chat, please say my name right. So I hopefully I
He
said it
said
right.
it's like oof with an S at one point. It's oos.
Oos.
That's what I'm
Usnavi.
going with. Oos.
Oh,
Oos.
Usnavi, did we get it right? Did we do it good? I feel like I'm pretty decent with the names, I feel like. But I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
But yeah, like very high up there on the MMR sheet. It's hard to go wrong with these higher MMR guys usually, but it does, like I mentioned earlier in the novice league draft, it does kind of limit your options for the third and fourth spot on the roster, since you're taking such a high MMR away from your salary.
Guys, so we're on to Origin already as Usnavi goes to the Melons. And we were talking about my
Wow.
dream team. My pick is still here. He
Imagine
is
having
still
2
here.
picks and filling your roster before I even get to pick once. Rigged.
Well, that's just how it goes, Simon. He should have done some better trades. Who am I picking, guys?
Whoa, you
Him
banned
and
the guy who
MVP.
did the
He's picking.
trades.
He's picking Eminem.
Evan MVP. He's in
Eminem.
prospect, I believe.
That's what I'm saying. I
Polarized.
seen him on Prospect. No way.
Muffin
Nah,
dealer. Muffin dealer.
Muffin
I
dealer
don't.
would.
We're,
That's
we're,
I
bring,
was gonna
we're
say him.
we're
That's what
bringing
I was gonna say.
Parallax. Parallax is coming home here.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, I
Let's
called
Mm.
that
go.
so long ago, and you made it sound like I was an idiot, so I didn't.
Hey, I of course I had to make you sound like you're an idiot. I can't let my pick get sniped. So
Oh, I was
Parallax.
trying to snipe it one pick after you put it in, you know?
yeah. Well, I just want to say that this roster, I'm
Oh,
loving this roster. JT, Lightning God, and Parallax. That is a dangerous prospect roster. So just got to throw that out there. Origin trying to make their way back to fight for a championship here.
Get a number
Could be
2
good.
for yourself there.
Could be good.
Yeah, that would be good. Would love to see. Well, yeah, number 2 with an asterisk on it, or number 3
Mm.
with an asterisk on it, if you will, from season
Yeah,
1
yeah, yeah.
Origin. But
Season 1
yeah,
Origin.
would
Rip.
love to see. It got vacated, unfortunately.
Mm.
Yeah.
But
Cheaters, cheaters, cheaters.
cheaters. It wasn't my fault. I had no idea. If I did have any idea, he would have been banned
Mm.
insta.
He
But
is.
he is he is
He
banned.
is.
So he's
Took
still
a minute.
yeah.
Oh,
Still banned.
Oh wait, there it is.
so Wyverns with the 11th pick. Rockerman, can you tell us what happened to the 12th pick?
I. What do you mean? What happened? Oh, we're not there yet. One sec. Let me. You're scaring me for a second, Squirrel. I was looking there and I was getting scared. I was like, oh no, did I mess something up? But I did
No,
not.
the 12th pick just blows
Yeah,
my mind.
yeah. So the 12th pick here, it doesn't actually exist because Flurry they filled their roster already. So they kind of just threw away an extra
A
first round pick.
first round pick
Yeah, so they
that they
can't
could
even
have
use the first
given
round pick.
to C Money.
Yep, they
You know what?
can't.
Dang.
All I'm saying is you guys just completely had to skip over Pirate Rage here and just go on to a no pick. Oh,
Well, why'd you pick him, C Money?
what?
Tell
All
us.
right, so I'm playing New World, right? And you fight a lot of pirates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always tried to build a nice, peaceful community. So I'm switching it up for some rage because it ain't been working. And 23 is MJ's number, so you can't like this guy just got it all.
What about LeBron's
Oh,
number?
who?
Did you just talk about that guy in my presence?
Yeah, that's
Oh, my bad, my
He
bad.
complained about the temperature of a gym as the reason why he lost. I want to hear it.
dang.
Hey, I
Jordan,
didn't say
Jordan played
he's
with
better.
the
I just said
flu,
he did.
True. And
and this
wins.
and this guy can't play with a gym temperature.
The cramps are
Gym
good.
temperature? That just sounds like a sports illness itself. Yeah, bro, I'm out today. I had gym temp.
Hey, it's a more serious injury than tennis elbow. There, I said it.
Tennis elbow was tough, man.
Hey,
That's tough.
Yeah, it's tough to bend your elbow. That's about it.
put some respect on tennis elbow. All right, well, the next pick is in here as we're too busy talking about tennis elbow here. It's going to be Steven, who was on the Hounds. He's going to Faded. I know KN was trying to make some moves before this one. Unfortunately, his trades did not go through. Sorry, KN. But he's still making some moves here, selecting Steven along with the Vicious Oreo. So he's got Vicious Oreo and Steven there on the board on this one.
Yeah, I mean it's looking good so far. Maybe Steven likes some Oreos. Who knows?
Who knows? I mean, it was around here last season. It looks like they have Chixa on their roster as well. So it looks like Chixa, Vicious Oreo, and Steven on the board there for Faded, who are trying
Mhm.
to make some moves. I know KN, he's dying to have one of his teams make some real good moves. I know. I love
Yeah.
KN. I want to see some KN teams do good this season. There was a couple of them that did really good last season. I know Diversion was there for a while. Unfortunately,
Yep.
it just missed out. But hopefully we can see some good moves here, Squirrel, from these KN teams.
Yeah,
Yep.
hopefully not a return of the KN curse where all of his teams go out before the first round or in the first round.
That would be tough. That would be tough there. As next pick is in, and it's a familiar face here. Now
Hmm.
going to the melons here. We got Midnight. I gotta throw it back to Squirrel again because Squirrel, this is again your org. Got Usnavi and now Midnight on the roster here. What you liking about that for you as the AGM?
I like Midnight because he's been around a while and he's been involved. He's been PR, he's been graphics. He's just a good guy who's been around a while and he's willing to work with anybody. Super nice guy. So, uh, and he's got a play style that can mesh with anybody. So I don't know how Usnavi plays, but uh, I'm not worried about it because I know Midnight can fill in almost any role that he's needed.
Midnight's a solid choice for sure.
Hmm.
A lot of respect to him.
Hey, he does have "Who Gonna Pick Me Up" in his name, and it has been answered.
JD.
It's JD.
You know, for once, maybe the Melons won't gloat about winning with Midnight on their team.
Yeah, that happened before. It sounds a little personal, see
Look,
money.
the
Sound,
Melons went like 3-15, and we're still gloating about winning. So
That's fair. That's very fair.
but JD did move up, so will the gloating
JD
continue?
moved up.
To
Yeah, I can't
Challenger?
wait for the Drakes to tell me about it.
Yeah,
Hey,
fair
I
note.
when JD farms in Challenger, I'm gonna just be sitting back here laughing.
Hey guys, I gotta cut in here because the man who was gifting some subs trying to get on a team is on a team now. Cowtarded
Uh-oh.
is going to Ember there.
Yep.
Uh, what a move from Cowtarded. Going to Ember. Congratulations. I know he's trying to. He's gifting subs. He's subscribing himself and putting his name out there. So there he goes. First round to Ember
Mhm.
there on that one along with Bmar.
Oh,
I
Flux
love
Capacitor out here selling secrets.
Is
I
he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that.
I love Caltarded. He's my Resident Evil buddy. Back when that game came out, he would stream it for me because I don't play single player games, but I love to watch them. So he would stream it for me in Gen VC, and it was a lot of fun. And I miss those days back when I wasn't busy.
Now we have stolen all of your time, Squirrel.
Yeah,
The Nemesis management curse.
the live step down of Squirrel
Dang.
live on stream.
Yo, everybody's making wild moves live tonight.
Oh,
I'm leaving my team to go to the draft. Squirrel's just straight stepping down.
no.
He's had enough of this. He's got to be the
Uh,
next one in line. It's over
Rockerman's
for Squirrel.
giving Nemesis to Cliffs.
Yep.
Whoa.
Wow. Yeah, they
Trying
lost the 1v1. It was crazy.
No one
Should
saw
have
that.
seen it. Cliffs won like 46-2
Yeah.
in 5 minutes.
He is on the
Mhm.
draft board actually for prospect. He's back on the board here, so he's
He
possible to get selected. So
Yeah, he's towards the bottom, but there's a lot of like well-known names towards the bottom. Like those bottom five: Cliffs, Shifty Bit, Louis, Daduki, and Dukes. Four people that have been around for a while. Um, I know Shifty, Louis, and Dukes are good people. Cliffs is Cliffs. Uh, can't really go wrong with him. But you
indeed.
know, even the lower MMRs in this prospect league have a lot of talent. So.
Yeah, the Prospect League, and I know we'll see Challenger tomorrow night, but those leagues are deep. There are like so many players in those leagues. It's gonna be a shame that some of them are gonna have to go undrafted, but like
Mhm.
there are a lot of great players available there. Um, and I know Psycho, you've been around in Nemesis for a while, so I know you know a lot about like a lot of these great players still hanging around, and really I think a lot of these drafts it's hard to go wrong in places.
Yeah, I would agree with that. There is a lot of talent on the prospect board right now, like a lot. It's kind of surprising the more I look at it, the more I'm like, holy. So there's so many ways that this could go, and there's a lot of room. Like the barbarians can pick up a lot of different people. I can see a lot of different combinations that you could, smooth together. And I mean, we got Rodney up at the top. I know y'all were talking about the bottom, and there's a lot of talent down there, but Roddy at the top, T Moore. I think I'm saying that right, T Moore, but he's definitely a go getter. Like I said earlier, Emin MVP, who's previously a challenger player. I think that he could probably stomp some mud holes down here in Prospect.
Yep.
Definitely so. And yeah, I gotta say, we're wrapping up the first round. If you're wondering why Flurry's pick is blanked out there, it's because they had an extra first round pick. They filled their roster with Glaze, so the rest of their picks they go bye bye. So they don't have a pick there at number 12 there. And that's gonna wrap up the first round. Congrats to the
Mhm.
first round players. We gotta move right along to the second round with the Gladiators on the clock, newly renamed Gladiators at the War Room Org with Speed Demon. And we were just talking about this guy and he's getting selected. It's T Moore going to the Gladiators here
Mm.
with the first pick in the second round.
That's it's kind of wild. It's based on his name. It's looking like he was uh looking to
Bremer.
go to yeah. It was looking like Timor was looking to go to Hypernova, but
Hmm.
Hypernova deciding to take Flux Capacitor, which makes him fall to Gladiators. So we'll see how that dynamic works out.
Those are always some spicy ones. See, money. I know you've been a victim to this many times with your picks getting sniped. What is that
Yeah.
like? What is that like when you get your pick sniped there and you have to go a different route?
I mean, at first it kind of sucks, but then when it's all said and done, you get a team together. Sadly, I hate to say it this way, but the trade system is instantly available, so it's not the end of the world if you usually talk to somebody, they're pretty nice about it. But then there's also just being able to look back at it and remember that a certain somebody just really screwed all your picks.
Yeah.
Hey, at least you're not the Rooks who have no players on the team and only 2 draft picks.
It does happen sometimes there. As the Barbarians are on the clock now, and we're at to see where they're going to go. They were a team, we saw some crazy highlights from them last season. With I remember that goal. I know Squirrel knows exactly what I'm talking about. He said we should add that in the hype video with those guys screaming in the Discord call after Snazzy hit that Game 7 clip.
Yeah, that was definitely a like just I didn't even watch it. I just watched the clip afterwards, and I got excited and I got hyped, and it just made me want to go back and watch that one on the stream.
Yeah, definitely, and I'm sure we'll see some hype moments like that in Nemesis this season. We're gonna have to see what the Barbarians can do under new general management, um, with Matt taking over here for the tribe. And
Mhm.
taking a look at the Barbarians roster, they are empty. They're cleared out right now, so um, they can go anywhere their hearts desire here in the second round, and they've got 2 picks in the second round. At that, see money, looking to see what the Barbarians do. I know you remember that game all too well. I'm sorry I had to bring it up. You were partly involved in that.
I mean, if you're talking about the playoffs, I told my
Yeah.
team to decide what they wanted to do. They were going back and forth, so they made all the decisions there. But I would like to say I like what Cram put in chat. We're gonna from now on introduce the streams with "Hey, all you rocker cats and kittens."
What? What?
Yeah, see, you laughed. It's hilarious. I like that.
I don't know about that one. That is something. That is something there. I don't know.
But
I don't
hey,
know.
I
I don't
mean,
know if we can let that. I don't know if we can let that stick.
now I'll make it stick.
As it actually, I think we're running out of time here for the Barbarians. Um,
That's
maybe
not good.
that is not good. They're gonna have to get moved at the end of the round unless they get something in quick. They see the time's ticking down there. They're at like 8 seconds. They're typing, so looks like Aristo's got it. He's getting typed. He's got it typed there. It still said 1 second on my screen when he typed it, so we'll allow it there.
Cap,
We'll,
cap, cap.
we'll,
That's a big cap.
I am not even lying to you. It actually did say 1 second on the screen as he sent it. So
It,
Uh,
you're a bigger delay than I have, cause
hey, that's all I'm saying.
my
I have a
timer was
one
counting to the
second delay.
negatives.
Yours goes to the negatives. Well, they got their pick in. We're not trying to screw anyone over here. We'll let it slide here.
Says you, I'm trying to win.
Hey, but are you trying to have fun, Squirrel?
Oh,
Not
I'll
if it means
try to fun.
losing.
Losing's not fun.
Have-
Come on now.
See, you would know how bad losing is if you ever knew what it felt like to win. You know.
Whoa,
Whoa.
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 I'm just
Well,
kidding. I've lost 2 grand finals. Ha,
that's pain. The pick is in, by the way, as the Barbarians are going to go ahead and select E-Town. That puts the
E-Town.
Rooks on the clock here as they are making their pick next here.
Does anyone know anything about E-Town?
He was in
Uh,
them before, I
well,
think.
I'm from a place called B Town, so he's got to be like 4 places lower than I am on the grading scale,
Yeah. So how
something
that
like
works?
that.
Hey, you know what? Maybe,
I
maybe so.
think I
He
do want
was
to
on the
say I feel
roster
like I
then.
reached out to E Town one time and never heard back. So we'll see how that works out.
He's draft dodging just you.
Yeah,
No,
he's
no, no.
gonna
This was last season for like
Um,
when I was looking at free agents.
um,
Yeah,
be like that sometimes.
it
Uh,
does be like that sometimes.
that's all right. I would I
trash,
would never I would never ego UC money. Just so
trash boat.
What are you
and,
talking about?
well, Trash Boat is selected. That is a
No,
pick because he's listed as non-playing with his roles. So we might have to back up the Banshees for a second because I think this guy might be non-playing.
I might
Where
have
are
to
the
just
mods?
message him real quick.
Where are the mods? Where are the mods?
Who put non
Mods,
play?
mods.
The mods help. Why is this guy still on here?
Let's see.
We fact check. Maybe Mitch will know if he's actually active. We might have to back up Banshees.
In support. Mm,
We'll have to see. He might have. It might have been a DM, so I don't know. He was listed as non-playing, but apparently the rooks are selecting him. We need a mod check in the Twitch chat to confirm. But we'll see. We'll see. But speaking of, while we wait for the mod check real quick, Psycho, we do got a new GM. Bubbly stepped down from the Chess Hall GM, and now Mitch has taken over. So they've got some new general management. It's good to see some new faces move around here. It sucks that we lost Bubbly, but seeing some new faces here as Mitch is getting a chance to GM this season.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. Bubbly stepping down. Big salute out to him. Big ups as he was the GM there for, I feel like the whole time it was an org, right? Am I right about that?
Pretty
mm-hmm.
close. Pretty close. He
So
was there at point two.
yeah. So hate to see him step down from the position, but hey, I get it. Real life, things change and everything. Mitch taking over for him, like you said, and I don't really know Mitch, but I feel like he's been in Nemesis for a really long time, and I know he's a Titan player. And from what I've seen, just sort of in the general chats over there, it seems like he's really upbeat and excited about running an organization. So I'm expecting to see big things from Chess Hall this upcoming season.
All right, I think I figured out the story of Trash Boat.
Okay. What's the story of Trash Boat here, Squirrel?
He was messaged 3 times
Uh-huh.
and never filled out an interest form. So, and I don't see a. Well, he did fill out a PRF on 10/7. So that's all I know.
Apparently, Sands is saying that he is playing in the chat, that the role didn't get removed, but
Suspect.
so if Mitch is okay with that, we will move on. Allegedly, he's still playing. I mean, I would hope that his first pick here is playing.
But oh wait, sorry, wrong button.
We'll see if Mitch is good with that. Just give me or just say something in the chat somewhere, either in GM or in the draft picks channel that we're typing in, or in the Twitch chat. Otherwise, okay. Mitch says he's good. All right, perfect. All right, we'll move on. Okay, perfect. All right, good. Okay, so then carrying right along. Apologies about that. This is what happens when we don't update the roles. But
Gosh, dang it.
but the next pick we are waiting for the Banshees. They did make their pick. Let's make sure that they're still gonna make the same pick. I might even be able to type it out, but if things stand, they might be picking someone who has been in Nemesis before, who is coming back for this
Lifts.
season.
Lives.
I don't know.
Cliffs.
Oh, can I just say, Psycho, congrats on your promotion.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Appreciate that.
He promoted.
And
Yeah.
player, he is now the AGM of the War Room.
Oh,
Woohoo.
there you go. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
There
It's almost
you
like
go.
he knew where he was going. That was pretty dirty. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, planned the entire way there.
Drax.
So
I mean, you wrote the script, Rocker Man. I just follow it.
yeah.
I'm just the talent.
That's true. That is true. The script has been written.
Yeah,
Always.
Rocker Man couldn't write in talent for himself. It doesn't work that way. So
That's how it goes sometimes. You just the script just happens, you know.
Is
So,
that former GM
Yeah, that's Saki.
yep,
Saki,
Yep, that's
Tides,
Saki.
Phoenix, Drax, Sentinel?
Sentinel,
She-
the man of many names.
The
We'll,
man of
we'll
many
always we'll
names.
always know him as Saki. This is why I tell people to not change their names, because we're just gonna call you whatever you were at first, you know.
Yep.
I think it was Phoenix at first, to be fair. I think it
Well,
was
all
like,
right,
it's Phoenix TTV.
okay. Well, Saki is more memorable, so
Saki was, yeah.
We picked the
it's
first
easier.
good name that we like.
Hey.
Like,
Phoenix is too generic.
yeah.
Anyone can be Phoenix.
That's
But Saki,
why I will forever call Luca 4, because it's just better.
It is way better.
I don't, yes. Yep. That's what I call him for, too. That's just what it is.
That's why I call him 4-2. I go, yeah, like 4 Luca. And
oh, good.
It's kind of toxic, but I like it.
That's kind of toxic.
But it helps me that I saw Luca like that because I say Luca a lot, and I'm every time I said it, I'm like he's probably hates me.
What do you call what do you call the basketball player named Luca?
I don't do that.
I don't say his name.
I don't talk about basketball
Fair enough.
to anybody.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. I'm getting pre-sniped in draft picks here as Exterminator is off the board to Faded, and Jaguars they're already typing their picks out here. I think he was just waiting and hoping this person
He
didn't
was
snap.
ready.
He
Yo,
was
respect
ready.
to KN though. He just sniped your player. Respect KN.
That's
No,
big respect.
he didn't snipe my player.
Oh,
I was getting sniped by Mangoes here, who already had typed out his pick before I even put them on the clock.
oh well. Props to Mangoes then on the snipe.
Yeah.
He was taking
Um,
snipes there.
I don't know Exterminator, but Houndish is a solid pickup, and I'm actually surprised that he kind of lasted this long. Because I feel like that's a name I've seen quite a bit.
I
Yeah,
feel like I'm slightly out of the loop on some of these new names.
there are some new people though. Oh, also I want to bring it back a little bit. Don't worry, we'll never forget JD plays. We can't forget that one.
Oh, true, true.
JD plays.
That's the season one.
Oh God.
We talk about the time that Rocket Man just went through the Discord and started rating a bunch of a bunch of names.
I started what?
Dude, you
What?
were just like rating a bunch of names. You were like, bro, if you
Oh,
put numbers in it, bro, that's
yeah,
automatically cringe.
yep. That is true. Don't put numbers in your name.
If you
You
have
gotta get the tier list of names. You know, if
Yep.
you got numbers in your name, you're dropping down. You're like already at a D tier if you start putting numbers in your name.
Hmm.
That's all I'm saying.
if
Dang.
you put TTV and consecutive letters in your name, you're automatically a G tier. I'm like, dude, you
Dude,
if you put TTV in your name, down, all the way down,
All the
I
way
was
down.
all the
I
way down.
queued into a guy that had TTV in his name, and I was like, "Yo, what's your Twitch?" And he goes, "Oh, I don't have one. I just think it looks cool."
Oh,
Eh,
Also RL. You put RL in
yeah.
your name,
Nope.
down the list.
Down.
as our most
Also,
commented person in the stream has RL at the end of his name. Good
Mm.
job.
mm.
There goes a loyal viewer.
we're losing everybody. This is why I couldn't say this. This is why you shouldn't have brought it up because now I'm
I
alienating
thought
all
it
Oh,
the
is
was
that
viewers.
is
funny.
that is that XL, aka Crow A, aka OA, with another name change?
He
Maybe.
had another name change from Crowe.
Oh
Yeah, he's
goodness.
posting info
Um,
update. Well, I'm gonna
apparently
call
it
him
is.
Crow A.
Yeah.
So,
Also, can we find Atlas here? I do not see Atlas.
hmm.
Where the Warhawks are trying to select. He's trying to select two people at once. So I'm assuming it's the first one there. He
That's
does have
big
back-to-back
brain.
picks. He does have
That's
back-to-back picks,
big brain. Just get it
but
done with. I like it.
cannot find Atlas. Need a mod check. Need a mod check on Atlas here. But
I
yeah,
need to pick a new name still.
TTV RLYT 96. So there we go, Critter. Thank you. Thank you for
That's got to be the best name I've ever seen.
that. Yeah.
Is it
Combines all the pairing.
NFC Atlas? Is that it?
Potentially. Apparently, someone is saying that he left.
Mm.
Mm.
So we might have to try again, North. I we could just go for your second pick there, who I see on the list is a spicy one.
A
There,
spicy one.
it's almost a pun. Maybe we'll find out. Um, if
I
you go
dug
back,
your grave.
try again. Is digging a grave spicy? Further to see money it is. Maybe.
You said a pun. I dug like
Oh no.
dug.
Well, I did say
Uh,
spicy, and then I said it could have been a pun.
I
A
can
magic pepperoni.
I can confirm the NFC Atlas is not in the server, but Sans and I are mutual friends with him.
Oh, there we go. Can
About to
harass
be over for that guy's DMs.
Yep.
All right, North. We need you to try.
Why'd you leave?
We need you to try again, buddy. We'll tell him to try again. We'll let him try again here, and we'll see if he just wants to go with the second person on that list.
Okay, how about Skrittles? Is that spicy?
Hmm. Could
I
be.
feel
Maybe Skrittles. If you had Spittles, then
Skrittle
you could give
Skrittles
Crispy
just
Skittles.
Skrittle's trademark, actually.
it just sounds like
Trademark.
a mix between I don't know if I wanted to be a rock band or a candy.
Hmm.
Honestly, I really kind of expected Rockerman to pick up
Magic Pep.
No, B tree because you have 3D, JT, and B tree. It just makes sense.
That
That would have been a power move.
that would
I'm
have
just
been.
trying to pick the most toxic people, so I'm going for I dug your grave.
No, you're just trying to get picks at this point.
He's just hoping to be on the board at some point. He's
Is
hoping to
there?
see hoping to see a Wyverns on the screen soon.
Imagine not having a second round pick
Yeah.
twice.
All right. It looks like the pick. The first pick is in, and he's also going for the second pick. Well, hopefully we can find him. It's Magic Pepperoni. That was the spicy one. It wasn't really a pun, but then now it's become too big of a talking point that it has to be a pun. So I guess it's a pun now. Spicy pick for Magic Pepperoni.
Apparently, the magic wasn't enough because it didn't stay with Rocker Man.
He didn't. It did. That was the hardest. That was the hardest thing I've ever done. Dropping people is the worst. I hate dropping people. That's the worst thing
Hmm
as a GM is having to drop somebody. It's so
Huh?
sad every time.
Dude,
You were like, you looked me dead in the face and said, "If you want to go, get out."
I don't,
I said get lost, see money.
Get
Get,
lost.
said get the
Rocker
hell out
Man.
of my
You
org.
you think that's hard? Whenever we have cuts for volleyball, we have to like meet with the individual and tell them they're not making the team.
Well, I did.
Yeah,
I
it's
did
tough.
tell.
I like
And
to send them a
they
letter in the
they s-
mail and then not show up to school the next day.
we're not allowed to do that. They just have to cry. We have to watch them
Damn.
cry. And I'm like, sorry, just be better.
This.
I have a confused look on my face. I have a confused look on my face because the Warhawks tried to select Rebel, who may have already been on the team. He had the roles when I pinged him, so I'm very confused. But
Yo,
apparently
mods
now
are working super hard.
they're,
They
they're
might be
like
working
they're they're
fast.
like they're like overtime. Like before I even ping
No,
them, these roles are updated. So
no.
Yeah, that's
shut up,
because
shut
I
up.
was doing them, and then
Yeah,
Speed's like, "Dude, how you doing these so fast?" And I go, "Cause I'm cracked." And he's like, "All right, I gotta get faster."
there you go. I think
He's got the rolls in there before they even finish typing the sentence.
there you go. But Magic Pepperoni, I love Magic Pepperoni. Um,
Yes. Yep.
Good to see Magic Pepperoni find a team there on the Warhawks. He's got Rebel and
Mhm.
Rain on his team, which is interesting. Interesting combination with Magic. Best of luck to him and see where they go. As now we're moving on to the Bandits pick. Origin roster is full at the moment, so no picks for Origin there. But the Bandits do come up here as they're trying to make something. What's their roster looking like? Anyone got a beat on the
They
Bandits roster
got
for us?
Air Sweeney and Nixaway.
Hmm.
So, and they got about 20, 26, 28 cap room remaining. So almost 213, a little over 21300s. So could end up being a pretty good roster depending on who they pick up. Also, I see Houndish still on the draft board.
Gosh dang it. Don't worry.
Was there
Someone will fix that.
was there two Houndishes?
I hope
There
not.
there's a 1302 Houndish and a no, that guy's 1302 as well.
Well,
So
there you go.
I don't know why he disappeared.
All right. Well, the Bandits pick is in, regardless of if there are multiple Houndishes.
Houndai.
How
Hound
Kibble.
eye.
Hound, yeah, the Houndai are still hanging around there. But they're gonna go. Bandits are gonna make their pick. They're selecting Kibble, who I think is a good pick.
Mm.
I believe he was on Flurry last season. I could be wrong, but I've heard of him, so could be a nice solid pickup for the Bandits as they try to make another run this season.
No, Kibble's a good pick. He was definitely notable. He was someone to remember.
Hey, there
Yeah.
you go. If you can remember the name, they must be doing something right, or something really wrong, I guess.
No,
Can,
he was in the right. He was someone I didn't always look forward to playing.
can we talk about the fact that C Money doesn't have a second round pick and Flurry, Origin, and Flurry again don't get to pick?
Hey, Money, you could have slid in the DMs if you wanted a second round pick. I could have
I
hooked you
got
up.
you. Hold up. Wait, not wait, wait.
I could have scammed.
Rocker
I
man.
could have scammed
Hey,
you for free.
can I
Then
have your second round pick?
There,
spare crumbs, please.
I can't wait to add. I can't wait to add to my list of. I've already got. Oh goodness, I've already got over 20 messages from this draft alone. So I I can't wait to see more. So thank you, C Money. He didn't actually
Seymour.
send me one.
Seymour's the name of my lizard.
Yeah.
His name is Seymour Butts.
Well,
Nice.
do
That's a
you
good
just occasionally show him your butt?
No.
But he can see more.
one.
Yeah.
Gosh dang it. Anyways, let's how about we just move from over here. Let's move back to here and let's talk about the barbarians instead of butts or whatever.
Well,
No, you're talking about lizards, you weirdo. Who talks
yeah,
about butts on
weird.
stream?
Okay, well, you're right.
Well, if the
Uh,
barbarians would pick, then maybe we'd have something to talk about.
that's true. You could talk about the roster, Squirrel. What is the barbarians roster right now?
It was pretty empty coming into this. Now we
Uh,
got E Town,
E-Town,
which
which is
is
4
E Town.
towns down from C
C
Money's
Money's
town.
B
From
Town.
Town?
B Town.
Oh,
Yeah.
B Town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun fact: my username did used to be B Town Baller.
B Town baller. Okay.
Nice.
Okay. And now he's
So,
C Money.
Yeah, I went down a letter grade and got out of the town.
Damn.
You got money though.
Yeah, I got money, baby.
So is the next level D broke or
well, no, Ruthie already calls him D Money.
Deep.
D money? But it would
No,
have
I'm
to
gonna go
change.
from
It'd have to be D something else though.
yeah, it's gonna be a D freeloader.
D dot
He's the loader.
D
D dollar
squatting.
D dollar bills.
D cents.
D cents. D peso.
Well, there we go. We do have something to talk about now besides
Oh, the
Oh,
besides
man.
the money.
nice.
It's
Barbarians.
Rodney is off the board there.
That's a pick.
Yeah.
Rodney going to the Barbarians.
The deepest voice 15-year-old you'll ever meet, Rhodey.
Hey, I don't know. There could be some pretty 15-year-olds with pretty deep voices.
Hey!
Hey,
Well, I
That's
wouldn't know. I
calm
don't
down.
talk to him.
He's leaking. Squirrel's looking for.
sorry.
He's looking at
Sorry,
people before they even come in.
I got happy because like I know this guy wanted to be re-signed,
Yeah.
but due to unfortunate circumstances, he wasn't able to. But Viper's Hydro has fallen far enough to where the Vipers were able to pick him up, and I know they're excited about that because they are real life buddies with him.
Well, there we go. They got
I
him
just
back
hope
on the team.
JR falls low enough for me to pick him up on the Wyverns.
You just told everybody.
Oh no. Well,
JR's a rival player, guys.
JR's a rival player.
well,
Uh,
hopefully the
see,
rival people
see
are
money's
not listening in.
yeah. See, money's been drinking too much. He's like, crap. I shouldn't have said that.
He's like, let me take a sip real quick. Is that enough? But
He almost made me spit out my chocolate milk.
my
Yeah.
bad, my bad.
And after
Yeah.
3 rounds of chocolate milk, you're spilling all the.
Oh
dark
yeah, I did get someone sniped last season too. I'm the best draft commentator in the world.
Yeah, there you go.
I
How
sell
tired
secrets
you?
for free. How
Biscuits
tired
good.
am I? I've slept like 4 hours this week.
Yeah. Oh, Vipers with back-to-back selections. I didn't even
Yeah,
realize
there
that.
you go. Yeah, we're too busy laughing at C Money.
What's
Telling
new,
everybody
dude? You ever seen my gameplay? It's always a laughing matter.
Yeah, it's
Ooh.
Hydro and Eminem VP going to the
Yep.
Vipers. So we talked about Eminem VP, and he fell all the way down to the bottom of the second round after being a former Challenger League player.
That's true, but one thing to note about M and MVP is he's a Victory Org OG from season 1, season 2. So he played on Vortex and Venom at different intervals during his career, but he's old school Nemesis and old school Victory Org.
Yeah, and yeah, that makes me think because I'm always thinking about how can I exploit this for rival league, and I'm just thinking Vipers pick Eminem, which means they're probably looking to pick Chipmunk up in the rival league draft.
Hey,
Mhm.
Hey?
hey, bringing him back, if I can.
Squirrel big brain right here.
Yeah.
Trying to get all the OGs back on the roster, and
So snipe Chipmunk if you wanna sell him to grab for an upsell.
there you go. Might have to look out tomorrow. Look out tomorrow for the rival league draft. Just saying, you guys don't want to miss
Yeah.
it. That one's at 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Also, I might have shouted this out, Krippus, for 10 months, heard from production. It was a while ago, but shout out Krippus. He's doing some good work behind the scenes for us, giving C Money a nice little break there, and Rockerman too. a break from streaming. So shout out Cripist. As Hypernova is still on the clock here with this one. The last pick in the second round is Critter. What is Critter gonna do here? Is Croatia says stop leaking in all caps. So uh, yeah, hey, Squirrel's onto something, I guess.
It
I
makes
I
it makes
got
it
him.
more fun.
Not only
Super,
can see money do it, but now Squirrel's onto it as well.
super sleuth squirrel over here.
There you go. There you go. As the final pick of round number 2 is in. As here goes, I reap, you sow.
What
Mm.
the
Go.
heck? That was a toxic name, and I wanted it.
Oh, well, you're just gonna have to. I think your guy's still on the board, C money. We'll keep on the download though.
The
I've
DL.
said it like 4 times, so there's not really a down low.
Hey, I was trying to keep on the down low, but hey, you know what? It is what it is. Is that's gonna wrap up round number 2. Congrats to everyone who got selected in round number 2. Let's move things along into round number 3 as we're heading to. I believe we're gonna put the melons on the clock here.
Hey.
The melons are on the clock here as they have the second pick. The gladiators, I believe, are already full there at the moment. So we're heading to the melons,
Mm-hmm.
a powerhouse in the Prospect League. 2 championships there, the most championships in Prospect League history. It hurts me to say that, Squirrel, but it's how it is. If you put an asterisk in there, Origin can be tied, but it's not meant to be.
Unfortunate, honestly.
Unfortunate.
Now I have no clue who JD's gonna pick here. Like, oh well, that's who he's gonna
What,
pick.
what if I told you he's picking Yukio Takada?
That's a good pick.
I
That's a
think
No,
good
that,
I
pick.
that
looked at that name and I just couldn't think of anything besides Yu-Gi-Oh the whole
yeah,
time.
that's Yukio OG 7032,
he
right?
was on he was on the pawns, I believe,
Yep.
last season.
That's an interesting pick because he had cap room for a 1300 and a 1200, and he opts to select the 1200 first, so
Hmm.
could make it more difficult to pick up the 1300 later on.
Or maybe he's just going big brain. I remember we saw in the novice draft squirrel where all the bottom people went first, so maybe he's going bottom and hoping he can still get his middle guy
Yeah,
afterwards. So it might be big brain actually.
could be. It's
Could
a
be
bold
big
move,
brain.
Cotton. We'll see how it pays off.
We'll see. We'll have to see here as now the Rooks are on the clock. Only with Trash Boat on their team. Looking to make something happen for Mitch, the new GM, trying to build a full roster.
Get a 2v3 the whole season because this is his last draft pick.
Oh yeah, they only do have two draft picks, don't they? The
Yeah.
Rooks.
Yep.
So it looks like they're gonna be picking some people up right after this. So Mitch is taking this one. We'll have to see what he's gonna do. Psycho, any thoughts on who he might pick up here with his second and final pick of the draft?
To be honest, I'm not sure. I have to assume that Mitch, being a Titan player, is probably approaches being a GM and building a team a little bit differently than somebody who's not a Titan player. Honestly, I'm looking to see like a top 6 pick here is what I'm expecting. They only got Trash Boat so far. They've got plenty of cap room. I'm thinking that he's going to want to try and nail down one of these top MMR guys to have a solid offense already.
Yeah, there are quite a few people still up at that highest MMR range for Prospect. Prospect going all the way up to 1380 this season. Yeah, Riggs at 1377. Game Captain, who's been around last season, recognize the name at 1372. Alush, who played in the tryouts, is at 1368 up there. That might be a good snipe on the list there. And a couple more people that have been active. I saw Bot Duncan in the stream earlier. He's sitting up there at 1344. So hey, got some active people hanging around at the top. And Psycho, if he's onto something, I think he might be onto something. We'll have to see what the Rooks are going to do. Is they're under a minute now to make their selection.
Yeah, and personally, I agree with Psycho here. Is like when you don't have picks and you don't have players on your roster, you just gotta snag some high MMR and hope they're worth their salary there, and try to build around them with whatever's left. Because it's when you only get 2 picks and you have 4 spots to fill, you're racing to free agency afterwards.
Yeah, we're under 30 seconds here, Mitch. You better get that pick in, because otherwise you're gonna be moved to the end of the round, which will be a very sad day for you.
Not for me.
Not for
Not
C-Money
for
though.
me.
C-Money will be happy. He's got 2 picks back to back coming up there.
Do
Uh,
I? You sure?
yeah, you do.
And I saw Mingos was typing, so he is ready.
Mangos is ready. He's still 2 picks away. He's just ready to snipe. But it
You
looks
got
like I did not see Mitch typing, and the timer is at 0. So hey, I did see who was it? Ariso typing last time. So we're going to have to move this one to the end of the round. It looks like. Unfortunate. So
Unfortunate.
that's what happens when you run out of time. To the end of the round. All right. So Rooks moved to the end of the round, and what is that? Who's that going to put on the clock here? That is going to put the Jaguars on the clock. Okay, so he was actually the next pick there, so he's ready to go for a reason.
Someone can't
Right.
count.
Hey, there was did someone not count? Why the roster's overflowing C money? Or
No, you can't count.
I can't
Said
count.
2 picks away when it was the next pick.
Well, it was 2 picks away, but 2 rosters were full. So
There's like 7 full rosters already.
well,
1, 2,
2
3,
there's 2
4,
rosters in
5,
between the
6.
Rooks
Oh,
and the
7. I'm a G.
Jaguars.
you're a C.
He's a C. Yeah, you're a C. C
Well,
money.
not if you go by last initial.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Ooh.
All right, all right. I like that one. I like that
Yeah,
one.
Mr. Sus Shins.
Wow,
Uh,
how did you
what-
just sell for me?
hey, hey, next pick's on the board. Cliffs is going back to the Jaguars, guys.
Oh boy,
Imagine,
howdy.
imagine.
Cliffs Beast is making his
Let's
glorious return to the
Mm.
Jaguars.
The org that was full of Smurfs gets another one.
Gets another one. I don't think he's a Smurf. I think he's just bad.
I think this is Rockerman's alt.
Yeah,
Has anyone ever seen Cliffs?
I don't know.
For
He may or
Yes,
may not
that's
be. He may or may not
I've
be
seen
behind
Cliffs.
that wall. He's behind the wall over there. Just
Mm.
look hard enough, and you might be able to see him if you're lucky.
He
So-
better be happy right now.
I'm sure he's screaming and jumping around on the other side.
Yeah, not watching.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, no, he's watching. I'm sure he's screaming over there. I can hear him. I can definitely hear him.
The man that's been banned once and has left multiple times.
Oh,
Cliffs.
you don't gotta do them like, oh my goodness, which almighty am I clicking? There's a couple of them.
There's multiple?
I'm thinking it's this one. Oh well, actually he did ping one, so it's that almighty. He's going to the Warhawks. Congratulations to Almighty. He's getting
Yay.
selected. He's been in Nemesis before as well, so
Yeah.
welcome back.
I was actually wondering when he was gonna go because, decently high MMR at 1310, and I'd seen him around a lot, so I'm actually surprised he fell this far down.
Yeah, all the way to the 3rd round, and now it sets us up for C Money.
I'm
He's
already
The
done.
back to back.
He's about to make some picks. You didn't even put on the clock for your 2nd pick, and you're trying to make picks out here. C Money. What happens when you can't make that pick?
But I can. I did the math already. I have 2 MMR left, baby.
Gosh dang it. Well,
I'm really glad you picked up Dukes. He's a good guy.
he is. I know he was actually. I'm pretty sure he was trying to get on a team with Magic Pepperoni. So you may. Well, I guess the Warhawks they might have filled up their roster there. So maybe they weren't trying to get him. But C Money, what about these 2 guys? Why are you selecting them onto your roster? I know you were going for aggressive or something. Are these the guys you were looking for to be?
No, okay. So
angry
Dukes,
to win?
I've been looking at Dukes on the board. I'm gonna be honest. Most of you probably know. I do some pretty crappy work, so I've been pretty AFK for a while. So I didn't do anything for this draft, sadly. But I was looking at some names, right? So I've had Muffin Dealer on my team before, so he was somebody I was looking at. Dukes, he's been around for a while. I like him. He's got a good attitude. So he was on my list of people I was looking at. And just with how the MMR fell, he was the prime pick for me for Dukes. And then Dar Ruster, yeah, well, when he breaks your ankles and now it's just sitting on the side of the court rusting, I ain't got a better reason not to pick the guy up. Dude's got mean dribbles. I'm feeling it.
Okay. I
Anybody's
respect.
been thinking about that one since after he picked Fire Age.
I
He's like,
have.
how can I
I have been
how
thinking
can I make a pun here? How can
for
I
a
pull it
minute.
off? Yeah, he's thinking a little bit there. As
It kind of hurt. Two brain cells, a lot of friction,
And a lot of Jack Daniels.
and moonshine.
well,
Oh,
there you go.
oh, bandits,
As this pick is in, I want to make sure they're picking the right guy here. Sandsbar didn't quite elaborate enough, but I'm hoping that this is the right
What do
person.
you
There's
do?
more.
Just put an L?
He put Doug, only Doug. So I'm thinking it's I Dug Your Grave, who C Money was contemplating about getting. I Dug Your Grave, but
on the aggressive name.
the aggressive
I think
name.
I
God,
think I think Simone just said that to throw everyone off.
Hmm,
True.
Yeah.
I
might
threw everybody off for Sands. Why do you think Sands came in the chat and said, "Dude, you sold for somebody else last season. Now you're about to do it again"?
Oh wow.
Oh,
he was
gotcha.
he was upset.
Yep.
How could you? Hey, but there you go. I Dug Your Grave. I like the name too, actually.
Mhm.
With Doug, not not with D-U-G, but D-O-U-G. So I'm assuming his name's actually Doug. So
Yep.
that's a good one. That's one of those names that that gets you up there. That gets you up
Yep.
there. I respect that one. That one might get you up into A tier.
Well,
A tier name.
unfortunately, Sands dug his grave by putting him in the sloth org.
Dang.
Oh my goodness.
I
Toxic.
You gotta do him
just
like
saying.
that.
Just saying.
You gotta do him like that. Poor Sandsbar. First he's sick and now Squirrel's kicking him while he's down. So
Hey, I love me some Sandsbar. He's a
he
good
he
guy.
did.
What the heck?
Squirrel did ask if he was feeling better earlier, so I respect
Hmm.
that.
Yeah, he was feeling under the weather.
There we go.
Apparently, the Barbarians AGM or GM, whoever's doing the draft, is playing Apex.
Oh, well, they better hurry up and make their pick, cause they've got their pick right here. Barbarians do. I also
Down
got.
with Barbarians. Down with Barbarians.
Simoni's waiting for his next pick that he doesn't have actually.
I don't need another pick. I'm
He doesn't.
full, baby.
He's
2
full.
MMR left.
He figured it out. He
I
figured
got
it
I got all 13 30s and above starters, baby, with me at the lowest.
out.
Again.
Well, there you go.
Rocker Man, why
What's
does
up?
it say Wildcats parentheses Astro on the Prospect League draft sheet?
That's because
And
I didn't update that one yet.
and it still says Zabungi.
Well,
Hmm.
here, watch this. I can fix it in 2 seconds.
Dang.
Hey,
Called
Bubbly
out.
Hey,
Reaper,
there you
who's
go. What
Flyfire?
are you talking about?
Oh no. Oh no.
That's a good question.
Don't do it to my mans.
I thought we got
It's too bad. Oh my goodness. Good thing I did not hit enter on that because I was about to copy a whole wall of text here, and that would have been
that would have
Oh,
been hilarious.
that would
Control
have
Z, Control Z.
that would have been hilarious. But we're putting the Vipers on the clock instead as Bless Shade. He's already got Barbarians in his name, so
He
he was
knew.
ready to go. He says someone pick me up for S6 in his about me. So that's a grinder right there. I respect that. He's
Hmm.
committed.
Hmm.
Committed to the game.
And he's got the 6-man's alert roll, which if you ping within 30 minutes, you will get warned.
Yes.
But always looking for 6-mans, meaning he's always trying to improve. So I like the man on the grind.
He
That
doesn't
was
have
the
stream notifications rolled
fastest roll I got rid of in the league. Was
though.
6 fans.
See what he didn't want to get pinged by 6-mans. That's unfortunate.
Couldn't handle it. Little Debbie!
My favorite
Somebody's getting all the
snack.
snacks.
Old Debbie's going to the
Dude,
Vipers there.
I knew Rogue was a big boy.
Yeah, love Rogue.
Dang.
Love
Rogue
Rogue
is
with your
about to
AGM.
have all the snackies.
All the snackies.
I respect that. Little Debbie
I
go into the
Hey,
Nutter
Vipers
Butters, dude.
Rogue.
roster.
Yeah, Nutter Butters do hit different.
They do. Nutter Butters hit
Psy-
Yeah,
hard.
that's true.
Psycho, I know
Yes.
you like to dabble in the uh psychedelics. So what's your favorite food after a good smoke sesh? Your
I try
favorite
not
little
to.
Debbie.
Oh, my favorite little Debbie is 100% a fudge round. Easy
Mm,
peasy lemon squeezy. But I mean, if it's got little Debbie on it, I'll eat it.
mm,
There you go. I respect that. I respect that. I respect that.
yeah, it's hard to go wrong with little Debbie's.
That's
True.
true. That's true.
True.
So shout out little Debbie. Going to the Vipers.
Little
Can we?
Debbie sponsoring
Yeah,
Nemesis.
that's
Where
what I was about to ask.
Hey,
Can we get this? Like,
Well, yeah, where we
Where's
getting these sponsors from, dude? We can pull these guys out of nowhere. We're talking about Jack Daniels. Where's Jack Daniels at? Where's Jaegers? Get on
wait,
over
I
here.
got
Jaegers?
you, bro. I've been drinking Jack Daniels.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Where are they at? Someone hit them up.
Dude, a
Hit up
Jack
in
Daniels sponsorship would be so cool.
Could you imagine?
Yo,
Yeah.
Little Debbie's makes a lot more than I thought. What kind of cookies they got? Let's see.
Imagine you get like
Whoa!
imagine we get the Jack Daniels sponsorship and then we get a Nemesis team and you got Bubs wearing Jack Daniels across his jersey.
nice.
That'd be great.
I don't know. I don't know if that would be. I don't know if that would be legal.
What? I'm ordering Little Debbie's off the internet right now.
Wait, what? Just go to the store. Forehead.
Forehead. Have you ever seen marshmallow banana pies at the store?
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
A
I don't,
whole
I don't know if I
new
have.
world
Ooh.
Well,
of
we do have another. We
shiny
do have another
cakes
pick in.
and stuff in my face.
While Simone serenades us, Ledux is off the board. Former Kiwis member going to Hypernova
Yep.
there. So I always get to see Ledux. I know he's been around, good guy there, and he's heading to Hypernova.
And was that the last one of the round?
We're heading back to the Rooks.
So we head back to the Rooks. That's what I was gonna ask. Just
Okay,
making
good.
sure we're
Porpoise was on top of it. I respect
all on the
that,
same page.
and you were also on top of it, so that's good. We're back to the Rooks, and yeah, we're gonna have to
Wait,
see.
I have a legit question.
Yes,
Are we going back to the Rooks?
we are going back to the Rooks, and we're
Okay.
ending with the Rooks as they've made their pick, and they are going to select Swift with their pick.
A
So,
great
but
Pokemon move.
they were not Swift with their first pick though, or with the pick in this round. I will say.
I will say Swift. It doesn't even have an accuracy on it. It's literally just 100. Just a no hit.
Literally just hits.
It
And
literally always hits.
Rook's hoping that he can just hit the net because
They're gonna
historically
need
the
it.
Rooks have needed that.
They will need it. Well, there we go. End of round number 3. Congratulations to everyone who got selected in this round. We got one more round to go, and actually only 3 more picks left on the board. Shout out to Hot Wheels, who is on Vipers. I was just looking at his
Yes.
a little bit ago. Shout out to Hot Wheels coming back with the 10 months for Prime. Thank you, Hot Wheels. Much love, much appreciated. And let's move on to round number 4 here. Is we got 3 picks. We got Melons, Jaguars, and Barbarians. A lot of people on the board here. Squirrel, the Melons, now on the clock. Uh, who are they picking, Squirrel? Tell us right now. With certainty, 100% certainty.
Stack Jam.
If you're wrong, you're banned.
Wait, hold on. How much more do they have? 1278. So Swift is gone. So
Shifty
I
bit.
I hope they either go for Shifty or Louis because uh Shifty's a nice guy and Louis, in my opinion, was probably top 5 in Novice last season. So and I think he could be really good. I think he could be a solid prospect player, especially for his MMR. So
So
JD, if you're
final answer.
listening, Louis.
Well, he selected Louis, so
Hey.
you're safe for now. We don't know if you looked at the chat or not, so we'll pretend like you're the biggest brain guy we know.
No,
Maybe you were.
I didn't have the chat up. I had
Oh,
the
okay.
draft sheet and
I,
the Discord up.
I didn't think you did. I actually believed you on this one, so I respect that him and JD on the same wavelength there,
Yep.
as Louis is going to the Melons, and that is going to put the Jaguars up next here for their final selection of the night, second last pick of the night here as we're winding things to a close, and we're going to have to see who Houndish and Cliffs are going to be teaming with this season.
The easier question is who wants to team with Cliffs?
Well, that is a good question. Apparently, it's going to be Lush who's selected to the Jaguars. I'm surprised he fell all this way because he's a high MR player
Mhm.
and he was active. Yeah, there are a lot of people here. I know it for prospect. Like there were some people I would have sniped up ASAP if I didn't have a team lined up and ready to go. So I like that selection there. If he fell the 4th round, but I like that pick there.
Yeah, I'm excited to get to see him play because I'm not super familiar with Lush. But he's got the gangster SpongeBob profile picture, so he's coming to play, dude.
He's ready to go. That is a profile picture there. He's also apparently a Twitch subscriber. So shout out Lush for being a Twitch subscriber. I don't know if you got it gifted or if you subbed yourself, but the name is familiar. I think he might have subbed himself. So shout out Lush for that. As we're now on to the final pick of the night, as we have the Barbarians making one final selection here on the board. Psycho, who are they taking? Who are the Barbarians taking? They've got 1290 cap room remaining, and a couple people on the board that could fit that. There's actually four: Stack Jam, Chick, Lore, and Shifty Bit all on the board there.
Yeah, the only name that I recognize there is Shifty Bit, but I can't remember if he came from Novice or if he was prospect last season as well. Um, Personally, I would just go with the top. I would just go with Stack Jam, just because it's the highest MMR. Just sort of round it off. It's the fourth player to enter, so worst case scenario, they don't really work out. You trade them or drop them and try and find somebody else.
That is true. Stack Jam has been around in Nemesis for a bit,
Mhm.
so honestly, potentially a good selection there on the list. And we'll see.
Honestly,
We'll see what he goes. I also do like Shifty, but he was on my Origin team. Unfortunately, I had to let him go because I had 6 people on my Origin roster, so it was very sad. I had to let 2 of them go. Actually, I had to let 3 of them go. It was very sad. But Lore also there. He was around Nemesis last season. I think he might have been Novice last season. I'm trying to remember where he was at. Someone might be able to help me out with Lore, but he's also there. But the pick is in, and guys, they're going with none of the above. As Matt has returned, they are selecting Chick for their final pick, or Sheik maybe.
Cheek,
Sheik, Chick.
cheek.
I don't know. We'll have to get a fact check there, as
Jake.
that's the last pick there. There are still some really good players on the board, which is kind of
yeah,
surprising.
I'm mind blown.
Yeah, there are some really good ones still on the
Yeah,
board. That oh,
Polarize,
well, I mean the rooks are still pretty much
Shifty Bit,
empty.
Stack
So
Jam, Muffin Dealer,
but
all notable names.
Riggs is super high up there. Game
Duncan
Captain's
too.
high up there. Bot Duncan, just
Yeah.
his name alone. Skrittles is a great name. Atlas not in the Discord. Houndish is already on the team.
Well,
Uh, Muffin Dealer's the one that really surprises me though.
yeah. I'm expecting that a couple of these guys are gonna get picked up because the Rooks have 2 spots and the Jaguars have 1 spot. So I'm expecting as soon now that this draft is over, I'm expecting to see Rooks and Jaguars adding these players almost insta. I'm sure they have some ideas lined up. So if you didn't get selected, have no fear. Like we said for the novice draft is that there are always roster moves throughout the season. I could say it a million times. I know people might be disappointed they didn't get drafted, but literally, you stay active in the Discord, talk in the chats, be around, and be available when people are looking for players to pick up, and you will almost certainly get onto a team. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
like this C Money guy, he's pretty bad. His captain might drop him.
It might. We'll see if Biscuit comes back and says, "See, money, you did a terrible job at the drafts. See you later."
I did just as good a job as he could have. We have the same notes.
Well, fair enough there. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for the night. Appreciate everyone hanging out. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys follow if you're new here. Make sure you guys check out the Discord and get involved in Nemesis. I know there's some people hopping in at times, so go check out the Discord. We get games Mondays, Wednesdays. There's still time to get involved. Even if you weren't selected, you can always join at any time throughout the Nemesis season. You just get placed as a free agent, then you can get picked up uh, whenever someone needs a player. So don't worry about that. You guys definitely will get a chance. So make sure you guys follow the channel, stay involved in Nemesis. And yeah, we're back tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern, starting for the Challenger League draft. Um, so yeah, any final words going around the horn, starting with, I guess we're not going around in a circle anymore. We're going down the list. We'll start with Squirrel. Squirrel, any final words to wrap up tonight's first night of drafting action?
I just want to say it was a lot of fun, especially with you guys in the booth with me. Always a good time when I can just come and have a good time with you, you all. And super excited for tomorrow, as we'll have Challenger through Titan. I'm personally super excited for the rival draft. Big plans for the pineapples coming, so make sure you stick around for that.
That will be exciting there. Psycho, any final words from you on first night of draft night with only we're getting there. We're only like 10 days away from opening day, so getting there.
Yeah, we're getting real close. I'm excited. I really appreciate y'all having me on. This is the first time I've cast a draft like this. Is so I kind of out of my element a little bit, but I had a great time. I always appreciate being in the booth here with you. I want to thank everybody for coming out and supporting. Whenever I had the stream open, there was some pretty big numbers for Nemesis, so that's awesome.
Definitely. So we do appreciate everyone. As always, you guys make Nemesis what it is. So thank you guys for hanging out and supporting the channel. A lot of subs came by, a lot of people watching too, like Psycho said. So thank you guys. And last but not least, down to C Money. Any final words? I know you hopped in here for the last draft. You got any final words on Prospect? You win it all this season, C Money?
Dude, I'm taking the chip, dog. It's mine.
Yeah.
All right, it's happening. Both of my guys are already online. That was hard to get last season. No offense, I love Kaysen. I love the guys. I love Zoo and Blood. Holy cow! I might have drank a little more than I thought. But I mean, they were great guys. But I'm excited to see. A fresh start's probably what we needed. We've always tried to build off what we had, and so I'm excited to see what happens. And then I'm excited for the whelps because as I was giving my guys their roles, the whelps were already scrimming
Oh, well,
or doing something. They were playing,
there you go.
so that was hype.
And one last thing before I end it off, it looks like Bot Duncan has already been signed by the Jaguars. Let's go, Bot Duncan. Shout out to you. Again, already signed in GM
Yep.
transactions. They'll be posting transactions soon, but
And
I'm leaking a little bit, but they did sign
Matt's already went on playing, so
him. Matt, like BM Matt, the
yeah,
GM.
yeah.
Like, things are already getting interesting
It's
here.
already getting spicy. People are
Like,
already getting picked up off FA.
I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you, these people don't believe me, but I'm telling you, you can literally get picked up, you can get dropped. Things get crazy. There's always a roster moves, even if you don't get into a team. So, but yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for the night. Thank you guys so much for watching. We are back tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern, for some more action. We'll have a couple different faces in the booth. Maybe of some of the same faces. I won't be there. I'll be around, but I won't be in the booth. There'll be some cool people back for sure. Also, one last shout out to Crippus for helping out behind the scenes tonight.
Mhm.
So thank you for that, Crippus, and thank you everyone for watching. That's gonna wrap it up for draft night number 1. We'll be back tomorrow night. Draft night number 2, 6 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see you guys there. Have a great night, everyone.
Peace.